Lads. Lads, welcome to another live stream. This is exciting today, isn't it, Hal? How you doing, mate?
Yeah, great. Thanks very much again for having me on the channel.
No worries, mate. No worries. This is really exciting. As you can see, this is looking slightly different today. It's because we've started using something completely different. So if there's any problems today, we do anything wrong, we do apologise. It is our first time using this software. So really excited for the game today. And I'm guessing the team lineup has just come out. Is it live, Hal?
I am looking right now. I'm doing the old refresh, and yes, we do have two changes for the Blades. McGoldrick and Sharp come into the side, while Zach Brunt and we've got the youngster Ndai earning a spot on the bench. And I hope I'm pronouncing his surname correct. So that is interesting.
That is very interesting. I don't know how you say it either, mate, so I can't really help you. So if there's anybody in the comments that knows how it's pronounced phonetically, then that would be great. So what I will do is I will change the little team that we've got, which is really exciting. And you'll see it in a second.
Yeah, are you on it?
You do it then, mate. You do it. I'll let you do it. It's exciting.
I'm on it.
It's all exciting.
It's interesting to see that Baldock and Bogle keeping their places, because I thought Bogle did all right, but he's not a left wing back. And if he's struggling there, do you really want to leave him there?
I think defensively he's definitely struggling, but attacking, and in this game we need to be attacking from the first whistle. So I think that's probably one of the reasons why Chris Wilder's done that. Or Osborne and Andy Stevens on the bench.
The bench is Foderingham, McBurney, Lowe, Burke, Jags, Brewster, Bryan, Brunt, and Ndai.
So it's only really Keane Bryan that can play there then. So I think that's fair enough. Excited! It's on the bottom of the screen. Woo!
Yeah,
you haven't put the subs on there. What are you doing? What are you doing? You haven't put the subs on there.
You want the subs as well? You want
Why
the
not?
moon on a stick?
I'm on it. Mate. I do, mate. And while you're doing that, I'll have a little look at the comments. You are very blurry, Nick. Oh, that's not good.
You are. I told you that. I told you.
That's what you said. Let me have a little look. I wonder why that is, because I look perfect on my screen, as I always do.
I'm right in League One, Wes.
I like that. Oh, I'm very blurry. What is going on?
I'm sorry, buddy. I don't know why. You need to invest in, obviously, the software I'm using.
May. I have got the best of cameras that money can buy.
Yeah, no idea why. We'll figure these teething problems out. Of course, this is the first one we've done of these, and hopefully it's more about the content.
What I might do is I might drop myself out, Hal, and then drop myself back in a second. I won't be a moment.
I mean, have you tried turning it off and on again? I'm still Nick's gone. I'm still working on typing this out and talking at the same time. It's interesting to see a youngster on the bench. Two on this occasion. Zach Brunt, a player that so many people have high hopes for. I'm delighted to see these youngsters on the bench. That was really the only criticism I had from that fantastic result against Manchester Red. Nick, you can't get all the subs on.
Oh, damn it.
It's too much.
That's rubbish.
I'll get as many as I can.
And I'm still blurry, mate. I am still blurry. How can I not be blurry?
Don't know.
I've tested this earlier on, and I was never blurry. So I'm not happy.
Nick's not happy. We've got everyone on there except Ndai, and it's the time that you really want him to be on screen because, of course, it's his first appearance on the bench in a Premier League game. It'd be lovely to see Zach Brunt get a few minutes. If there's any spelling mistakes, that's on me. I haven't spelled Sharp with an E, which, of course, is the traditional Sheffield United way.
I hate that. So many people do that on Facebook. It's so frustrating.
So pop in the comments what you think the score is going to be. I already did a prediction yesterday on our match preview. We'd love it if you watch those match previews. Please subscribe as well if you haven't already. Always smash a like. It really does help us.
It really does, yeah. And I'm really frustrated because I am still very, very blurry. Why am I blurry?
Sure and View says Nick always looks like that when I watch.
Way, but I'm going to
funny.
completely drop out of this, Hal, and I'll be back in a second.
Well, that's reassuring. While Nick does that, the question here from Joel. So Joel says, why don't we start low on the left, as that is his position? And Joel, it's a really fair question. And I think the answer has to be that it shows how little faith Chris Wilder has in Max Lowe after seeing his first few performances for the Blades. Let's be honest, Max Lowe has not been good. His only good performance was Burnley in that League Cup game, which we lost on penalties. I think Bogle is not a left wing back. Anyone who's ever played, even at an amateur level, knows the difference between playing on the right and the left. It's night and day. It's incredibly difficult. And he did look slightly uncomfortable against Manchester City. So I hear what you're saying. I mean, if everyone's fit, I'm an Aussie on left wing back man. I also like Keane Bryan at left wing back. Nick and I did watch alongs all through pre-season, and Keane Bryan smashed it. I know we're talking Preston. I know we're talking Derby, but he did really, really well there. And every time I've seen Keane Bryan play left wing back, he's looked more than capable.
Yes, mate, absolutely. He was brilliant. He's been brilliant. And obviously, Big Keno scored his goal, didn't he? So he's brimming with confidence.
Brimming with confidence, yeah, absolutely. And Ian asks if we're nervous. I'll tell you this, Ian. I'm always nervous. I'm one of these people that spends my life worrying about things. My grandma once said to me, what are you worried about? And I said, I don't know, but I'm worried. And that I think that was when I was about 5, and I've just maintained that. So I get why people would be nervous. I also get, Nick, why people wouldn't be nervous, because a lot of people have written the season off. And actually, it's a lot easier if you just put in your mind we're down, and the pain is far less, because there's nothing worse than going down on the last day.
Yeah, absolutely. We've done that before, haven't we? And we didn't really enjoy it. And that's one of the things that I was thinking of. If we go down kind of 5 or 6 games before the end of the season, at least we don't get that heartbreak of going down on the last day. It's horrible. It really is.
Yeah, there you go. There's your good mate and mine trying to help you out there, Nick, because so you don't feel too bad about
what's that? Sorry,
speeds. Internet upload speeds flagging around S20 could explain the blur.
Oh, really? Is that a thing?
Hey, what do I know? And I'm not in Sheffield 20, so I can't possibly comment.
All right, fair enough then, because my screen does look perfect, absolutely perfect. And the other one that I was using was a DSLR Canon camera, so you can't really get much better than that. So we'll just see how it goes. I'm assuming that my audio is all right. So
yeah, you sound fantastic. And to me, Nick, you always look perfect.
Oh, thanks, darling. Thank you very much. So, well, we're only 8 minutes in. We've got a long way to go. Like
that's the way to sell it, isn't it?
No, I'm just nervous. Like the guy said a minute ago, I am really nervous for this game. This is the biggest game of the season, bar none. And it wouldn't have been if we wouldn't have beaten Man United, because we'd have probably gone in thinking we're probably down already.
Yeah, I mean, how do you feel after that Brighton result?
The Brighton result makes me feel even worse.
Yeah, I mean, it's not what we wanted. It's not what we were hoping for. But I still feel like it doesn't really change anything. We can't worry about other results. We've just got to do our bit.
Yeah, I agree. And I've been saying that for a long time. We're so far behind. We just need to concentrate on putting wins together and just see what happens at the end of the season. But at the same time, you win a game and then one of your rivals wins a game and it puts you back to square one.
Yeah, it can be incredibly disheartening. I'm just going to have a little look at what West Brom are lining up with. We'll be very interested to see Callum Robinson, of course, if he's in the fold for today. They've got Johnson in goal, O'Shea, Bartley, Ajayi, Townsend, Phillips. Interesting. Livermore is captain, Snodgrass, Callum Robinson, Pereira, and the only player who I said was out on our preview, Dean Nagana. So that means that I only got one. No, I got 3. So I got 3 wrong. That's not bad.
That's not bad. But you did say Dean Nagana when it's Diangana.
Yeah, we're calling him Dean Nagana right throughout. We've got affectionate nicknames for all our players. If you've just watched this channel for the first time today, I call Jaden Bogle Prime Bobokis. I've had quite a bit of grief on Twitter for that. I think that he, on his best day, is reminiscent of Vass. I stand by it.
Yeah, well, is he? Is it?
Throwing that back. Okay. I mean, a few people in the comments are saying until we're mathematically down, there's always hope. I've got to say, it's the hope that kills you, isn't it, Nick?
It is. And like we've just said a minute ago, it's just, I'd rather see us go down a few games before than on the last day. The last day is the worst feeling. Horrible, horrible feeling. Hate it. Especially when you're in the driving seat on the last day of the season.
Yeah, I mean, I think...
As we were.
Knowing the Blades, right? If we're going to look like we're going to get out of it, this is how it would play out. We'd go on an incredible run, win a lot of games, get to fourth from bottom, and then go down on the last day. Because that is the Blades way. And that would be so much more heartbreaking. Well,
that's kind of what Watford did last season, weren't it? They were bottom.
Well, they got out of it, and then they dropped back again.
That's what I mean.
And then yeah, but I'm thinking we're at the stage now where we're way beyond what Watford did. They brought in a new manager way before Christmas, and the turnaround happened, and then they fell away at the key time of the season.
Yeah, but Paul Jewell's not a manager in the Premier League this season, so I'm just happy with that. Can't see that Scouse man again.
So do you remember when Derby went on that incredible losing run? They lost so many games. They went down in the Premier League. They still hold the 11 points record. Do you remember the first team they beat at Pride Park, which of course was when they were in the Championship the following season?
I'm sure you've told me this.
I have.
And I can't remember.
It was the Blades. Darius Henderson had given us the lead, and we ended up losing 2-1, and that ended their incredible, awful run.
Excellent. That's what we like to hear.
Yeah,
at least we've given ourselves. Go on.
Well, I just think we won't finish on 11 points. I think we get a win tonight. I'm sure everyone in the comments is saying we're going to win. We get a win tonight. We don't finish on 11 because this won't be our final win. There's winnable games. The great thing is it's the teams around us that we've still got to play at home.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing is, if we do win tonight, then, yeah, we've not got... What is it? We're on 8 at the moment?
Oh, God. When you say it out loud, it's so embarrassing.
It is so embarrassing, but a win tonight, that takes us to 14. And then a win tonight takes us to... I waited to see if you're going to...
I was just doing a quick maths. Considering yesterday on the live match preview, I managed to do 3 times 17, which is, for me, that's big stuff. Then you try and put me on the spot with that. Too much maths in one go. The reason I've highlighted Adam Wilson's score prediction is Adam is one of our wonderful Fans React. If you've never watched the Fans React... he's the Stato man. He's our expert. He knows everything there is to know about the mighty Red and White Wizards. I've got a lot of time for Adam and everything that he kind of brings to the party. Another fantastic Blade, one of the best I've ever met, is Gary Hemingway, who's commented with a steady lineup, take our time and chances with Billy, and then push on late with a 4-3-3. I like that. Introducing Brewster and Burke to hit them with pace as an alternative. Gary's spot on because, of course, in the away game against West Bromwich Albion, we saw that what we were missing was sharp. And we've got that, of course, today. Gary's someone that I went to a lot of games with, and I, without even knowing, but like you, Nick, been to games without even knowing. But I've also been to a game with Gary where we drove all the way to the Algarve, or as I call it, the Halgarve, to go and watch Sheffield United take on Real Betis, and that was a pre-season friendly. And Gary and I were both living in Gibraltar, and we did it in a day, there and back.
Wowzers! How long's that then?
With Gary's driving, he's a great driver. He was really, really good. I think the key thing is, right, you get to know someone so well when you are with them for, what would that have been, 16 hours. And we got on like a house on fire there and back. And it kicked off as well. As soon as we arrived, there was fighting going on.
That's because you're in town.
As soon as Hal turns up, it all kicks off. Daniel, thank you very much. If you do want to be a super supporter of this channel, it is always greatly appreciated. Nick and I will split that and get a cream egg each.
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. Oh God, I can't. I'm just constantly like shifting around because I'm just so nervous about this.
I can see the nerves in your face, your pixelated face. Daniel also goes on to say, us escaping relegation will be bigger scenes than anyone that wins the league. I think that's absolutely true. This would be the greatest great escape. And that's no exaggeration. The greatest great escape that's ever happened in a top flight league. I say that without ever doing any research to look that up.
Yeah, but at the same time, people are giving us a little bit of kind of respect from last season. So last season's Blades, they're kind of expecting us to come good at some point, and we all are. We're all expecting us to come good at some point. It's just going to be too little, too late, I feel. And right now, if we went on an amazing run, yeah, we might get out of it, but it's going to have to be one hell of a ride to get us out of this. And obviously, we've got to hope that Burnley, Newcastle, Brighton all drop loads and loads of points, and it doesn't look like they're going to. Actually, Newcastle are a team that we need to be looking at.
Yeah, it's awful that they managed to beat Everton. I've cited Newcastle as kind of our hope that they could drop. I know you said on our match preview that you thought earlier on in the season Leeds could drop. Is there any other team, Nick, that you're kind of pinning your hopes on?
Not really, because I think I said this as well in our preview that I can't see us finishing above like anyone other than West Brom and Fulham. It's going to be an ask, but I think it's just about catching the next team, then trying to catch the next team and the next team. Game at a time. I know it's a cliche, but a game at a time.
Yeah, Chris agrees with you. All we need to do is beat the teams around us. Brighton, Fulham, Burnley, other winnable games like Palace, Dirty Leeds. Tonight is the catalyst. You know what? It's silly to say, right? But after the Newcastle game, I was like, it's back on. And then after the Tottenham game, I'm like, it's all over. It's all over. Going down. We are the worst team in history.
I was saying this to my dad, and it's so stupid because we knew what games were coming up after that Newcastle game. We were all buzzing after that Newcastle game. I think most people thought we were going to beat Spurs, and it's Spurs at the end of the day. Now, fair enough, they've been beaten by other teams. Brighton, weren't they?
They're pants at the moment, aren't they? That's why it's even more galling, and you'd have thought we'd more chance against Tottenham than going to Old Trafford.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got Chelsea coming up as well. They've been poor recently, so that's a possible winnable game. Obviously, we got the confidence from last season beating them. So you just got to look at every game and think it's winnable, really.
Yeah, I want to shout out to John here. I've just put on screen. Nervous for tonight, but think we can do it. Snodgrass always pops up with a goal, and Robinson on his birthday. I didn't actually know that. Good knowledge.
Yeah, I saw that today.
He'll be up for it, but 2-1 Blades tonight, Sharpie and Brewster. And yeah, he's a good friend of mine as well. He'll be on Fans React in the future, Nick.
Oh, excellent. Excellent. Hi, John.
So be nice to him. And
I'm always nice to everyone.
I've got my program ready. I mean, it's as close as you can get to actually going to a game, I feel, because, of course, we can't. I'll be watching it on the box. I've got my program, and that's it. I haven't got my dad with me. So that's a shame because I watch games with my dad and sometimes my mum, and used to watch with my sister. She's sort of lost interest. Used to watch with my wife, but she's lost interest as well. Haven't you, darling? Yeah. Yep. She just said yeah. Well, what's going on with your camera now?
I'm just trying to get it unblurry.
Right. Okay. Well, if you could all comment in the comments if you're seeing Nick in crystal clarity, because it's obviously going to be something that's bothering him.
Don't say that, because everyone's just going to keep commenting saying, Nick's blurry. Nick's blurry. Why is Nick blurry?
Right. So I want to know in the comments, Ollie Burke, okay, what is going on here? Because surely this is the game that you start Ollie Burke. I'm just going to throw it out there. I would have liked to have seen McGoldrick playing in the hole because we're at home, and Sharp and Burke up front. Bit of pace with Burke, who's going to be well up for it against the team that shunned him. Didsey pulling the strings, and Sharp, because if there's anything Fox in the box, he's going to take it. So I don't know if anyone agrees with me there, but I say Burke starts this game.
It's tough, mate. It's tough because there's a case for literally every striker. Like McGoldrick, we can't play without him. Sharpe is great against kind of championship teams, if you like. I'm not saying that West Brom are a championship team, but they are one of the worst teams in the Premier League. So Sharp 8 should be starting in this game anyway. And then obviously Ollie Burke. Ollie Burke wants to score against West Brom. Brewster needs a goal. He's going to be chomping at the bit. Everybody other than Mousse. Mousse's probably got his feet up. So he's not on the bench, is he?
The Moose has not been set loose. So that is correct. And I think you look a lot better, by the way, now, Nick. I think you've sorted it.
Oh, really? Excellent.
Yeah.
Right.
Doesn't he look lovely?
Everyone tell me I look lovely, please. Daniel Zoo, thank you very much for... Were you the first guy? Another 199. Absolute legend. Thank you. Again, another cream egg. You're making me fat. What did you guys think about Kevin McCabe?
McCabe, that'll be. It'll be Kevin McCabe.
Go on, I'll let you take this one.
I've got to be very, very careful with what I say because I was involved with something very unpleasant with Kevin. And I think I'll have to talk.
Exclusive, guys, exclusive.
I can't really talk about it because
peer pressure.
It got really nasty. So I don't like him. One thing I can tell you is when I took my wife to her first visit to beautiful downtown Bramall Lane, I saw him and I wanted to try and impress her. So I went up to him and I said, "Hello, Kevin," and he completely snubbed me. Right? Do you remember that? Yeah, He's
probably thinking, "What's Bruno Fernandes doing coming over to talk to me?"
He wouldn't know who that was by then.
You what?
He wouldn't have known who that was by then. Bruno was
not at that point.
Gosh, how long would this would have been? 2007, mate. Bruno was probably 6, something like that. Yeah. Probably.
Kevin McCabe, in my opinion, not knowing anything about kind of the court case and stuff like that, I tried to keep out of it as much as possible. I weren't interested. All I want to know is what's going on the pitch. And for me, I feel like we wouldn't have had a chance of staying in this division if Kevin McCabe was still at the helm. Don't get me wrong. I know that we pretty much stayed up last season with the players that we had from the season before, but he wouldn't have backed us in the slightest.
That's fair.
And the Prince definitely has backed us more than what we expected, probably. Yeah, just
you see what this is? This is our old friend Billy Balance. That's what Nick brings. Our old friend Billy Balance, because you don't want to get me on Kev. It's only going to be one-sided. But you know what, Nick? You're absolutely right. He put his hand in his pocket on numerous occasions, and I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good. Right, okay. So, what we're going to talk about now, Hal?
Such a pro, Nick. If ever you've got nothing to say, just hand it back to me. All right, I can talk for England or Scotland. Yeah, Scotland. The reason I say that is I was born in Scotland. I want to get that out of the way because I know you'll probably bring it up at some stage, giving me a load of grief. You can't choose where you were born. And if people wondering why I'm a Blade, my mum is from Sheffield and the whole family, all that side, are Blades. And my dad is a Blade, even though he's not from Sheffield. So that's the reason that I am a Sheffield United fan and have been ever since I could breathe air.
Excellent. That sounds good. And do you know what? Do you know what else is excellent? You were absolutely right. And I'm not blurry anymore.
He looks great, doesn't he? In fact, those people that are commenting and saying you look very handsome without the blur, I don't think anyone is tuning into this channel thinking these guys could be doing OnlyFans.
No, definitely not.
There is no chance of that. Now, Salad Fingers has gone to FC Emmen in Holland. So, Verips, I actually got a chance to see Verips play against AFC Fylde. He got knocked out after a few seconds. I think it was like minutes. He didn't do anything. And I didn't get a chance to see him properly. So, I wish Salad Fingers all the best. Hopefully he gets a chance to play first team minutes because the move he made coming to the Blades would have been one he'd have thought, I'm going to get regular first team minutes because, of course, he wouldn't have known Dean Henderson was about to be brought in on loan and he thought he'd probably been challenging Simon Moore.
I was thinking that he came in the Premier League season.
Well, even if he did,
the year before.
But even if he did, I can't remember. Surely he wouldn't have known Dean was going to re-sign if that was the case, because we didn't know. It was all quite late with that. And you remember, even when we got promotion, fans were saying to Dean Henderson, what's going to happen? And he was like, I'll be back. But we didn't really know. And of course, he wouldn't have even really known. It's just, what else can you say? You're in a mosh pit.
Yeah, and he's not going to say, I really want to go back to Man United and try and become Man United's number one goalkeeper, is he?
Yeah, thanks, Ruben. We can always rely on Ruben. That's why they call him Ruben. Reliable Ruben, they say. Thanks to all of the... Oh, Eastwood as well has gone to Grimsby. That's another one. So we're down to about 6 professional keepers, which is
I
obviously
saw
a real problem.
Jake Eastwood at Chesterfield in a pre-season friendly, and I thought he was brilliant. I thought he was going to be the next goalkeeper. I was going to say the next George Long, but that's probably not the right thing to say because George Long turned out to be not best.
Isn't it interesting with George Long that Chris Wilder took absolutely no... I was about to swear, I'm self-editing. He took no nonsense with George Long. I was at that final game that George Long played, and Wilder was like, "That's it. You can't do it. I'm not having it." Now, I'm not having a go at Ramsdale. You know I'm Ramsdale's biggest supporter. But Wilder has set 2 precedents since he's been at the club and not followed through on the second time. The first one is, if the keeper's not doing the business, he's dropped. He's stuck to that, and he's always done that. He's done that with Simon Moore, done that with Blackman, done that with Long. If the keeper's not doing the business, he's dropped. Hasn't stuck with that with Ramsdale. Even Ramsdale would hold his hands up and say he's not been as good as he'd have expected this season. Hasn't been dropped. That's probably the price tag. The second thing was Mark Duffy asked for a new contract and was ousted instantly. Mark Duffy, one of our best players, arguably ever.
We'll not talk about Duffy, mate. You'll get me riled up, and I don't want to be riled up now.
So Duffy asks for a new contract, and that's like, how very dare you? You will never play for this club again. John Lundstrom does something which I think is arguably worse, and say, "Not signing with you. I can do better. I'm John Lundstrom. I'm better than this club. Oh, well, you can carry on playing. That's fine." So for me, I'm not happy with those 2 things that I feel smack of a little bit of indecision there. And maybe his hands have been tied. Maybe it's because we're in the Premier League and actually we've got quite a thin squad. He doesn't actually have that manoeuvrability in that room. And Duffy was, I suppose, getting towards 34, and he knew that he was coming towards the end of his football professional life, certainly at the top flight.
Yeah, can I just quickly go back to... I completely agree what you're saying about Lundstrom and Duffy thing, and I think we've spoken off air before about that as well. But the goalkeeper situation, I think the only reason why he's not dropped Ramsdale is because we've got 3 other goalkeepers that he probably doesn't think he can rely on. Out of all of them, I'd rather have Simon Moore in the net. And to be honest...
He's not registered, is he, this season?
I saw on Twitter somebody say that we're swapping him with Verips into the squad. I don't know if that can happen.
Man, you can do that, absolutely. You can clear space in your squad and then bring someone else in. You've never played Football Manager?
Oh, God, yeah, but we're about 10.
Oh, don't make me feel...
Mate, it's not that. Everybody loves Football Manager, but I just can't... There's too much to it, too much detail. I just want to play. I want to press spacebar and play a game. I don't want to be doing training and stuff like that.
You're too busy making money, to be fair.
Yeah. You just brought a question up then. What was it?
No, it wasn't a question. It's literally, I'm going to bring this up every time anyone says those 4 words. That is going to be on screen.
Oh, Jesus.
Quite a lot.
Can I delete that comment? What else I was going to say was about the goalkeeper situation. That Chris Wilder, he threw Dean Henderson under the bus last season when he made a mistake against Liverpool. He's not thrown Ramsdale under the bus once this season. I wonder if that's because Ramsdale's kind of mentality is not quite where Dean Henderson's was. Do you agree?
Yeah, I think you're right. Dino is the most self-confident Dean Henderson fan. He reminds me a lot of myself. You know me, I've got that kind of unshakable confidence, which you kind of have to have in my profession. So I quite like that about Dean Henderson. He's said from the minute he arrived, he's going to be Man United's number 1 and he's going to be England's number 1. And I firmly believe he will achieve both those things. Perhaps Rammers isn't that kind of personality.
Yeah, but he seems like that personality. That's why I was a little bit confused. But I suppose Dean Henderson also has had kind of a year and a bit of being our number 1 and all the fans loving him and stuff. And like you said, he's got great confidence and stuff. Ramsdale come in. He seems like one of the lads. He seems like one of the top boys, like having banter and stuff. So I saw him in the Dean Henderson mold because a lot of Bournemouth fans, before he came, said, "Oh, he's one of them that'll run over to Cop and give it all punch in the air and stuff." we've just not seen it, have we? Because if we do score, he's like cowering on his line, like I hope no one comes near me after this.
Well, do you think if there'd been fans in, we'd have seen Ramsdale behave the same way that Hendo did in the Championship promotion season?
Yeah, possibly. And I think a lot of fans say that we would probably give him stick if he'd made a mistake. I think after the Wolves game, he made one or two, not mistakes, but he possibly should have done better with one, if not both of them. I feel like the fans would have got behind him and like, come on, you can do it or whatever. Because I don't think we boo players unless they deserve it. Like, I just feel like we would have got behind him, and I don't feel like he would have gone into his shell like he kind of did straight away, really. Because
have you ever booed a Sheffield United player, Nick?
Never.
Neither have I. And we've got a player coming up that we're going to be doing a podcast with that has been booed by Sheffield United fans. Nick, it's up to you if you want to reveal it. I'm happy to leave it as that.
No, I think it's a great guest.
It's a great tease.
No one will ever expect. So I want us to keep it to ourselves.
All right, we'll keep it a secret. That's all down to me, and I'll take all the praise.
Do you know what you love doing? You love giving away little teasers that we're not going to tell people, because then they're going to be in the comments like, tell us.
Yeah, but that's the thing. So what I do is I tease, but I never say. Whereas Nick, you made your life so difficult by saying Wayne Quinn is the next podcast and it'll be out in January.
I did. It is my fault, but on Saturday I am editing it.
Hey, you heard it there. He's made a rod for his own back again. By the way, We've done podcasts already, which are so fabulous. Now, they haven't got the views that I think they deserve, so please do save them to your watch later. And when you've got a bit of time, when there isn't a game on, we've got quite a spell coming up, actually, where the Blades won't be playing as regularly. The Nick Montgomery one is absolutely fantastic. It's a lovely hour with Monty, talking about his love for the Blades, how one day he would very much like to manage or at least coach Sheffield United. Bit of an exclusive he gives us as well later on. The other one, Paul Devlin, just the nicest guy. I mean, they're both really nice, but Devs explains why he left Sheffield United under a cloud, because he was another that the Boo Boys went after. And I think when you hear exactly what he's actually got to say, and we don't shirk the questions, we really put it to him and we didn't let him get away with it. So you might be interested to hear what he had to say there.
Yeah, that were our first podcast, wasn't it, with an ex-player? And I really, really liked Paul Devlin when he were at Sheffield United, and I was quite nervous going into that one. Felt like a little bit of a fangirl, and I'm glad you asked the hard-hitting questions, because I don't think I would have been able to be honest, mate.
Yeah. By the way, that was Nick's chair. I just want to make that very clear.
Yeah. This chair is shocking.
We couldn't squeeze all the subs on. So that's really annoying, because Ndai has made his name today by getting on the bench, and he's a young lad that's played in the under-23s. There's a lot of excitement around him. Zach Brunt on there as well, but we've just run out of room. I don't know what to do.
Can't you put some nicknames?
Yeah, we could do that, or we could change.
Rammers.
We could just
Boulders.
put up, couldn't we? Something like that. Leave it with me. Talk.
Yeah. Okay, mate. Okay. So I'll quickly have a look through the comments. I'll put this up. I've not even read it yet, so I'm flying by the seat of my pants. Can you believe Kenny has signed a game for Warnock? I did see that on Twitter. Did you see that, Hal? Kenny
Getting the band back together, I absolutely love it. I mean, Paddy sort of tweeted about it in quality Sheffield United way style. He just did a little tease that some big news was back. What do you think about his picture?
It's brilliant. It's the skinniest he's ever been.
Isn't he? He has really dropped the weight. He must have been doing Curtis Woodhouse's starts on Monday diet.
Yeah.
Jesus, forget about all of that, by the way. Forget about Curtis's diet and all that nonsense, because he keeps ignoring us on the DMs. So instead, if you want to get fit, my wife offers online personal training. Drop me a DM on Twitter. We'll get you sorted.
There you go. And I'm going to bring up Sheffield United all the way. Nick, do you think that Brewster will get his first goal? I'm hoping that we don't need to get to that stage today. I hope we're going to come out and go 2-0 up by half-time, and then we're just going to see it out. I'm hoping that's going to be the case. However, if Brewster's going to score his first goal today, I don't care where you are, we need to be on that pitch. because if Brewster scores, we're on the pitch, mate.
Well, I tweeted out in the week that Brewster gets his first Blades goal. Every time I do a typo on a tweet, it goes really well. It's like my most successful tweets. Any of my tweets that have got over like 500 likes, I've looked later and gone, oh, typed that wrong. So I actually wrote, I hope that Brewster gets his first Blades. I missed out the word goal. No one seems to have noticed. No one's corrected me on it. The other time I made a mistake, which did really well, was when we signed Jaden Bogle and I spelt his name wrong. I put Jaden Bogle. And that did really well as well. That was like my most popular tweet ever at JNC Pod. But do forget about that. Follow us on Sheffield United Way.
Yeah, definitely. We're definitely building it up after. I don't know if Johnny's still here, but Johnny definitely gave us a shout out to get us past that 1,000, I think it was, wasn't it?
Johnny's an absolute legend. So thanks very much to him. He's been really supportive of the channel. People think ourselves and Shore and View are rivals. We're all Blades. There aren't enough of us to be rivals, all right? We've all got to come together. And one thing you'll find with me is I never have a go at other Blades online. I just don't think it's the way we should treat each other. I save that for Wednesday.
Absolutely. I try my very, very best to not have a go at fans, but it's when they have a go at me. I never instigate it, mate. Never. I'm trying to work out what you've done to... you've just put Wes.
Did I just put Wes? Yeah, I just put Wes. Yeah.
So was it League One, Wes? I didn't even look.
It was League One, Wes. That took up so much room that poor and Die couldn't actually get on. It's not a good enough joke to leave it there and just have people in the comments asking why we didn't get all the subs.
That is true. That is true. League One, Wes. I do love it, though. It is absolutely brilliant.
Can I give a shout out to Bobby Noakes as well, who's been doing the recent graphics for us on our social media accounts. Bobby is just absolutely smashing it. He's a young lad. He's really interested in getting into that sort of world. So if you could, like the stuff that he posts at Bobby Noakes with 2 S's, and I've put a little tweet out so you can find that easily.
Yeah, great guy. He's doing some really good stuff as well.
Really nice lad. And he's like me. He lives down south, but he's just working hard to help the Blades cause, and I got a lot of respect for that.
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. There we go. Hal.
Let's look at that. It's like when my granddad used to read a sign.
I ain't got
a
my
little bit
glasses
too small. It's like watching a mole who used the computer for the first time there. Hey, mate, I look dreadful with these glasses on, and I can't see a thing without them. So, Unknown Ute, great name. Hi, Hal. Hi. Then there's a space, which then should be followed by a capital W. Spelling and grammar is important, kids. What position do you think we will end this season, since you are clearly struggling? I mean, there's some mixed message there. Will we finish this season, because you are clearly struggling?
I think he's just talking about you in your life. You are struggling.
Yeah,
clearly.
It's so obvious. I'm glad that's come across. So let's try and unravel that. So, what position do you think we will end the season? To be honest, I actually think we will finish second bottom, and I know that's really defeatist of me, and I'm the most optimistic Blade on earth. I think we are significantly better than West Brom. I think the goal difference alone makes that obvious. We outplayed West Brom at their place. It's probably one of our best performances this season. I still don't know how we didn't score, but we could be playing till midnight and we wouldn't have scored that night. It was just an awful night. Nick, where do you think?
Can I just bring this up? Do you find it odd how Didsey couldn't buy a goal last season and now he's our leading scorer? I feel like if he'd have put one away early on, he'd have banged so many goals in last season. It just proves that he's such a confidence player. It doesn't matter how well he's playing. If he can't put the ball in the back of the net, he won't put the ball in the back of the net. I think his first goal against Chelsea was a tap-in, wasn't it? And that's what broke his duck last season.
No, his first goal last season was Tottenham away. There was nothing wrong with that goal. Nothing wrong. Lunny's toe, offside. It wasn't even him that crossed the ball in. That decision and the fact that people backed it up as well. Proper people who are paid pundits. We're not getting paid right now. I mean, it's a disgrace that well, actually, Daniel Zoo did give us £4, but that's beside the point. anyone who was paid to look at that decision more than once and say that goal shouldn't have counted. Now, Didsey would have gone off on a fine run after that because Nick's spot on. He just needed a goal. He'd have gone on a fine run. We'd have been in Europe this season. There's no question of that. No one in the comments would dispute that. No question. We're in Europe this season. We can then attract different players. We've then got more money and we're not bottom of the league on 8 points. That decision has seismic repercussions for my football club and yours. And the Blades will be feeling the effects of that and Aston Villa, that goal that didn't go in. We will be feeling those, and Man City, which we should have got a draw at Man City, that nonsense offside on Lys Mousset. By the way, if you have to look at the lines and get forensic on it, it's not offside. All right. If you can't tell straight away just by looking at it, oh yeah, he's offside, fine, move on. If you can't tell from that straight away, it's not offside. It's clear and obvious. That's what it's got to be. Those kind of decisions have had huge repercussions, and we will be feeling the effects of those for a minimum of 10 years.
10 years?
10, 20, maybe 20.
All right, okay, maybe 20. Right, we've got some great questions, by the way. Hal, what do you think to this one? When Jack O'Connell comes back, would you drop him for Ampadu straight away?
When we're saying when he's back or when he's fit?
Well, it's the same thing, really, isn't it? It's right at the end of the season.
It's different, isn't it? We've seen Flecky come back and he wasn't fit. So that's what I mean. Yeah. And so... By the way, Alems, I think you're one of the people who's commented and said you wanted to be involved in Fans React. Drop us a DM on Twitter. Anyone who wants to be in the Fans React at Sheffield United Way, drop us a DM. We'll get it sorted. We love fans to be involved in the Fans React. It is open to all. As long as you can talk, you can do it. As you've seen me do it, it doesn't take any skill. A fully fit Jack O'Connell ousts Ampadu out of any lineup any day of the week.
But he's been out for such a long time. I wouldn't put Jack O'Connell right back in there in Ampadu's place, especially with him playing a little bit better than he was earlier on in the season. If he was playing like he was kind of 5-6 games ago, Jack O'Connell would have come back with no knees and he'd have still been better than him. 100%.
Yeah. By the way, first half, Nick, I'm telling you this is breaking news as well. It's just going to be me on the watch along.
Right, okay.
Slightly let down with a little message I've just got. So that'll be fun. The only message I sent to Nick earlier was, I don't mind doing a watch along. I'd love to. I just don't want to do it on my own.
I'm sorry, mate. I really am.
That's fine. But second half, we're going to have Robert join us to help me along. So if you want to carry on watching the game on mute because the commentators on BT are crap, and then you can listen to this. I'll be on exactly the same time as BT Sports. You won't have to pause your telly or anything like that. Yeah.
To be honest, mate, I would have to go downstairs anyway to watch the game because I would be behind you. So I apologise. But it's only 45 minutes. You can talk for England, mate, or Scotland.
It's not a problem. The going to the bathroom break I was hoping for, forget about it. But the rest of it...
Right, let me just show you. You can do this. That.
Yeah.
For 2 minutes. Oh, I'm back. I'm back on the left. Yes.
All right.
Definitely didn't do that on purpose.
Yes. How did you do that?
None of your business.
See, if I knew how to do that, I could do that. Yeah. Right. Okay. Well, thanks to all of you, by the way, that have been commenting. There is a question, Nick, I've got for you, which if you want to, if I just pop that one on from Dominic. Yeah. So this says, Nick, if we do stay up, where does our recruitment go? Ben Pearson from Preston, a player we highlighted on a previous watch-along, would have been a shout on a free when his contract runs out.
The problem is, I don't know what the Prince wants to do now. I really don't know what he wants to do. Is he going to go, if we stay up, is he going to put his hand in his pocket and back Wilder? Is he going to get rid of Wilder and back somebody else? Is he not going to back anyone? Who knows? But Ben Pearson would be a great addition to our team.
We liked him, didn't we, a lot? We liked him and Davis.
I wanted Ben Davis massively, and I can't believe he's gone to Liverpool and not us.
Well, do you think that you look at the players that we were after? Josh King, Ben Davis, John Swift. If we'd signed even just one of those three, do you think our season, Nick, would have been transformed?
Maybe, I don't know, maybe not transformed, but it definitely would have helped us out. Michael Brown, my lord, Michael Brown.
Oh, Lord, Michael Brown.
Yeah, finally, you're doing a watch along. Will this continue for the rest of the season? Will this continue for the rest of the season, Hal?
We thought, Michael, we'd pick a memorable season, one that everyone wants to watch every game, and start at a random time.
It might actually be better this way because people don't particularly want to watch the football. So maybe they'll watch us more than actually watch the team.
I think, in truth, I'm happy to do all the watch-alongs. Let's see how it goes today before I commit, because it is just me on my Todd today, so that's going to be fun. And
Not
then,
for all the time, though.
No.
Not for
and
all
then
the time.
What you guys need to do is you need to make it unbearable for Nick to miss doing these watch-alongs by just constantly messaging him on social media and giving him grief for what he's actually doing, which is he's being very kind to his wife and being a wonderful husband. I have been married for 14 years and it's gone way out the window, any of that nonsense.
Yeah, but that's because she doesn't want to watch the football, does she?
I think she just doesn't want to be with me. So, she's got that whole time on her own. So she's delighted with us.
That's a fair point. That is a fair point.
And you can relate to that. That's why Nick's going in a few minutes.
Yeah, what time are we on? Well, we've still got some time.
It's close. Nick, your way of selling these it needs a bit of work.
Well, I'm not.
Still got more time.
I'm not used to this broadcasting malarkey.
Don't worry. I think if you all put in the comments how well Nick is doing,
don't patronise, mate. Jesus Christ. Well done, Nick. Well done. Pat on the head.
I thought that was very funny. Zach has asked a very important question, which is this a live stream? I think, the whole concept of are we really alive? What's really happening in a kind of metaphysical level? Possibly not, but very much on a staunch based on reality level. Yes, this is live. This is happening now. Hence why that comment's just come up.
Exactly. God's sake. Well done, Nick. Well done, Nick. Yeah, you've started something now, haven't you?
Yeah, and I'm happy to keep it going. Really happy to keep it going. So the message to take away from this, lads and lasses, ladies and gentlemen, is to tweet Nick to do watch-alongs, and when he does do them, tell him how well he's done.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Right, I'm gonna get off now.
I'm
No, I'm not. I'm gonna wait until bang on 6. My chair is doing my head in.
Give me 2 minutes to do my necessary ablutions, and then I shall return.
Ablutions?
What do you call them?
Ablutions? I've never heard that word in my life.
Actually, Mike's made a good point. Nick, is that shirt a bad omen? I think, I think that shirt you might have. Were you wearing that against
Mate, no, wearing the pink one. But I also wore the pink one against Man City and we lost.
Right.
Shall I put the pink on?
See, I'm thinking I should go and put the top that I wore against Man United on as well.
What's that?
That was the Laver shirt from.
Oh, I thought it was a boob tube you were wearing when we played Man United, wasn't it?
If that's what you want to see, that's what you want to see. Thanks, Jordan, as well. He says I'll be fine doing it on my own. Yeah, well, we'll see. I may run out of things to say. Also, if it's a win, it's going to be no problem. If it's a sort of morale or sapping defeat, it's going to be tough stuff. And I'll be as nervous as Nick when kickoff actually approaches. And speaking of nerves, I am going to go and well, you know what I'm going to do. I don't need to go into detail. So Nick, just get it on yourself.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my glasses on so I actually can see all the comments. I can answer some questions, shall I? Do you think the weather will suit us tonight? Hal, go away. Don't. We don't want to be taken with you. Right. Okay. Nick looks well nervous. Yeah, you're absolutely right, mate. Where are we? Where's that? About the weather. Boom. There we go. Chris Eads. It's starting to pour it down. Is it really? I think the problem is how is the pitch going to look? I didn't know that it was going to snow. I'm sure the groundsman would know that it's going to snow, but I hope they've sorted the pitch out well enough. And if it's going to start to pour it down, I'm not sure it'll suit us because I think we're a better football inside than West Brom is. What I'm going to do, I'm going to do that. I think we're a better football inside than West Brom, so I think that'll suit them more than anything. And we all know that Sam Allardyce is a bit of an anti-football manager, so I don't think that's necessarily a good thing. Is this a live stream? We've already addressed that. Even if you win, you're still 10 points from Brighton. Yep, cheers for that. Appreciate that. Nick, if we lose, I'm blaming you for not attending the first half of the watch-along. I'm not here for the second half of the watch-along either. Robert's here for the second half, and I'm coming back for the match reaction afterwards. So we're going to do a kind of a pre-game like this, then the watch-along, and then I'm going to be coming back after for the match reaction. But what we'll do is we'll stop it, and then I'll come back kind of half an hour later or something like that. So make sure you subscribe and turn the bell notification on so you get every notification when we upload. What I am a little bit gutted about is that you can't. I used to do live streams on FIFA, and you used to be able to see the subscribers that you got, like how many you've got. I'm gutted that we can't see that anymore. Right, let's have a quick look. Why is everybody saying, is it really live? It 100% is really live. I think he's just... right, I'll bring up that one. Call Shipston. I think we'll get an early goal, which will open the game up. Who's the first scorer, Nick? I said this exact same thing in my match preview. I think that we will go all guns blazing, go maybe 1 or 2 goals up. First goal scorer, I'm going to go for a bit of a left field one, exactly left field, John Fleck. I think Flecky was very, very close in the last game, weren't he? Like, an absolute whisker away. So he's getting better with every game. So I think John Fleck is going to steal in and score his first goal of the season. More importantly, you pronounce my last name correctly, Chris Eads. And the reason why I did that is because somebody who I went to school with called Ben Eads. So there you go. Jordan Richardson thinks Billy Sharp is going to get the first goal. Is that Billy Sharp just scores goals, doesn't he, guys? And I think this is a perfect game for Billy Sharp to play in, really. He should have been playing against West Brom at the Hawthorns as well. I don't even think he was brought on. It was Mousse who missed the really good chance. And I'm going to bring Hal back in because oh, God, he's wearing the same shirt as me now. And it looks like he's won a competition.
Oh, man, I need a haircut so badly.
I'm thinking just about the top underneath the shirt.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's not a good look, is it?
Did you ever used to put your hoodie underneath your football shirt?
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah, I used to do that when I was a kid. Loved it.
First few games I went to were always night matches. Because I went to a ridiculous school where I had to go to school on Saturday.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Right.
What have I missed?
I've just been talking about the match, really, and I've just been answering a few questions.
Odd.
That's about it, really.
This looks ridiculous like this, doesn't it? It's way too high to cover the T-shirt.
Yeah, you definitely look like you should be in a church somewhere. Definitely.
I am actually, fun fact, you don't know this about me. I am an ordained minister.
What?
Yeah, so if anyone wants to get married, I could legally wed you.
Could you?
Yeah, and
I'm already married though. Do you want to marry me again?
I don't want to marry you at all, but I could. You and your good lady. Oh,
shall we do it on the live stream? That people still think that we're not live. Apparently.
Great. I don't know how we could prove that. I mean, when I actually start doing the game with the watch along, hopefully it'll be fairly evident, unless I'm just really good at predicting things. If you do want to join for that, if you want to stick around for that, it'll be absolutely brilliant. So I don't feel like I'm talking to myself. We're going to try and hopefully see if these shirts that Nick and I are wearing, the shirt that cannot be bought, is lucky. I
think, from what Jordan's saying, I think I might change back into my pink one because that was the Man United one.
I like this. That Jordan nailed it.
Different Jordan.
Yeah, Jordan Kelly. I thank you. That's very
so just a win, and we'll get a marriage proposal. I think that should be saved for kind of like a staying up, a survival. But if Jordan wants to marry us both tonight, that's up to him.
One thing we have said we'll do, Nick, and I just think we should throw it out on this stream as well, just to keep it lively and interesting, is that if the blades stay up, we've promised to shave our beards. Now, I don't know about Nick, but I've had this since I was 6.
A little boy.
So it'll be very, very strange.
To be fair, mate, I've trimmed mine a little bit anyway because it were like out here. So yeah. To be fair, you can see right now that I get a double chin. So
yeah, that's because you're doing that, which literally gives everyone a double chin.
No, but when you kind of I just feel like I have a double chin when I don't have a big beard. And when I shave it all off,
it hurts every time I do this. We'll stop doing it then.
I am wearing the red and white top tonight. Oh. Dean and Blonde, come on, you baggies. We've got a West Brom fan in the house, Hal. What do you want to say to Dean and Blonde?
Your profile picture's on the side, so you need to sort that out, and then we'll take you seriously.
Okay, fair enough. There you go, Hal.
Yeah, if it was from last season, we'd be in a much better mood. I went to the Hawthorns. I used to live with a lad at uni in our halls of residence called Andy, and I don't like him anymore. We were going to go to the game together at the Hawthorns, and he was a Baggies fan. I'm not. And the Blaze won 1-0. Pesky Salido scored. Or was it Asaba? It was Asaba. I think Pesh hit the bar and maybe it bounced down and Asaba scored. Or Asaba hit the bar and Pesh scored. It doesn't matter. We won 1-0 in the last minute and I was in the Baggies end. And I had to...
you're hard.
And I had to keep quiet, and I did. And I was just doing that kind of thing you do when you're kind of pretending you're angry. I was going, oh, how could you not save that? But actually, I collected programs back in the day, and I had every program from every game except that one, because at full time I just wanted to get out of there because I could tell the fans around me knew that I was a Blade, and I left my program on my seat, and I had to go back on eBay. This is quite a dull story. I realise that now, but I'm in it. I had to go and buy it, which I did. That's a terrible anecdote, but it's true, and sometimes true stories are quite boring.
Oh, I enjoyed that. And you're going to have to keep talking because I'm just changing. Somebody just says, is this a watch along? And I'm going to just change everything now.
It's going to be. Nick is leaving me because he's got other things to attend.
You don't need to keep bringing it up.
So I'm watching.
That sounded like you were saying that I weren't watching the game. I would
Nick will be watching the game. Nick is without doubt the best Blade I know, along with probably, I think we'd have to throw Fans React Adam Wilson in there as well, because Locks, you absolute legend. By the way, get well soon as well, mate. Thank you. So if you do want to join us for the watch along, this is going to be my first watch along solo. I've done a few with Nick before. They went very well. There aren't awards for watch alongs, but if there were,
we really enjoyed it, didn't we, mate?
We had a great time, and the funny thing is, a lot of people have asked in comments and stuff about how long we've been doing these sort of things together. It's worth pointing out that I have never met Nick in IRL, and we've been doing these things together. So just to run through the team as we're about to get ready for kickoff. You can see it rolling along the bottom, but for the West Brom team, it is Sam Johnson in goal, Dara O'Shea, Sammy Ajayi, former Blade Carl Bartley and Connor Townsend at the back, former Blade Matt Phillips, Jake Livermore, the captain, Robert Snodgrass, who always scores against us, Mateus Pereira, the danger man, former Blade Callum Robinson, and Dean Garner up front, or Diagne. How do you say that name? Is that a different...
Dean Garner, yeah. No,
is that a different guy? Is that a different fella to the... No, I think it's a different fella to the one I was on about.
How's it spelled?
It's Diagne. That's not Dean and Nagana.
That's Dean and Nagana, mate. I'm sure.
No, that's the new lad they've just got from Galatasaray, isn't it?
Oh, is it?
That's not Dean and Nagana. Good. So I wasn't wrong on the match preview. Fantastic. They've got this new signing. It's Diagne, isn't it? Must be.
Fair enough. I'll go along with you.
Well, I'm going to call him Diagne for the entirety of the watch along, whether that's how it's pronounced or not. So Callum Robinson will be playing just off him in an attacking midfield role. They're going to play a 4-4-1-1. We obviously always play a 5-3-2 or a 3-5-2, depending on how we just talk about it. Kevin's asked, how do I subscribe? Head to YouTube, Sheffield United Way, hit subscribe. It is free.
It is. And do you know what? I think I've done everything correct now. I think everything says, watch along. Everything.
Okay.
So, you've changed it. That's really exciting. I need to go anyway because I don't want to miss anything.
Mate, enjoy it.
Love you all. Thank you very much. Hopefully the next time you see, mate, we'll have got 3 points in the bag.
Nick, I have loved seeing your face, less blurry, fully pixelated. In good Nick is a happy in good Nick.
Absolutely. Thank you, everybody, for being here as well. This is obviously the first one that we've done. First one on StreamYard, anyway, what we're using today. So, yeah, appreciate all the comments, everybody getting involved and making it easier than just me chatting with Hal, chatting nonsense, really, which is what we do normally.
Yeah, we filled it all right, though, didn't we? Yeah.
Right.
Kevin saying, I'm new to this. Kevin saying, how do I watch the match? I'm new to this. You have to get BT Sport, which we did a fantastic deal for all Sheffield United Way subscribers.
It's only 25 quid, mate.
Yeah, with our channel, thanks to BT Sport. So if you haven't signed up for that, sorry, the watch-alongs are purely for while you're watching the game, presumably on your device of your choice. And I will add, as they say in America, a color commentary. So we have kicked off. Nick, you'll want to escape.
Right. I'm going to come back at half-time, though. So what I'm going to...
There we go. He's gone. Back. He's back. That was a quick half, lads. I think we played pretty well, though, Nick. How would you surmise that?
I can't believe we're 3-0 up and you haven't even changed the score on the screen.
I'm lazy.
I was just thinking that if I clicked remove myself, that I'd still be able to talk to you, and I couldn't. So, right, what I'm going to say is I'm coming back at half-time, so come on the blades, up the blades. Love you all. See you soon.
Right. He's done. And that makes... Hang on, now I've got to move this. Oh, that's a lot of face. That's a lot of face. I would much rather that all of you were seeing the actual action, which I've got on in front of me. It is a free kick, early biscuits. We're only 1 minute and 17 on the clock to West Brom. So they're already attacking down that left-hand side. Cross comes in. It doesn't look like a great day weather-wise. Pitch looks a bit boggy. Mud already in Rammer's goal. West Brom in the box, trying to get a shot away. And that at the moment is going out for a... Well, it's been kept in by Callum Robinson, so it might have been a corner, but Callum Robinson's going to keep it alive, and Didsey already as a striker back there and defending. This is a very fast start from West Brom, and not what I wanted to see, not what I was hoping for. Big Sam, called Big Sam because he's overweight. He's on the sidelines looking on. It is a damp day in Sheffield. I am broadcasting from High Wycombe, where it's been a beautiful sunny day, so... I wasn't aware of the weather. Ruben tells me it's been snowing today. I mean, it looks absolutely drenched. The pitch looks really boggy. Doesn't look good at all. Early chance, it's cleared. It looks like Rammer's got a hand to that, and the Blades are going to try and break. This is where you need that pace of Ollie Burke, which we don't have. But we have got 2-on-2. So the Blades pouring forward now. Billy Sharp looking for options. And, of course, Didsey's been back there defending as is, for some reason, his role. So not an option to play the ball to. And as it probably unexpectedly came to nothing because it's just simply almost impossible to break and get out there. But the Blades keeping possession in midfield, just recycling it, playing it around in the back, looking for options. This left-hand side, we know we've got Jayden Bogle playing out of position. He was exposed a few times. Manchester City attacked constantly down their right-hand side, our left, because they knew Jayden Bogle would be on his weaker foot. And at times, he looked like a right wing back playing on left wing back. And we'll see if West Brom also try and do something similar today. Ball played over the top. Can the Blades keep it in? No, it's just going to run out for a goal kick. Ampadu just overhitting that one, overcooking it. Ampadu's been, for me this season, a decent signing. I would not say a good signing. I would say last 4 games, he's been a good player. But of course, when Ampadu makes a mistake, they all tend to be pretty big. Against Crystal Palace, where he let Eze just run through. That was awful defending. It was shocking defending. It was lazy defending. It was weak. And they did something similar against Man City, where, no one covered themselves in any glory. Ramsdale, Bogle, Basham, all of them. So, I want to see a little bit more today from Ethan Ampadu. So, at the moment, 0-0 if you are just joining us. Ramsdale collecting the ball from a through ball, which was really no danger, no real pace on it. Diagne, the outlet for West Brom, their new signing, on loan from Galatasaray. And he's going to be a threat. I've only seen him in the previous game that the Baggies had, but he did look like a player. So we'll see what he can bring to the party. I obviously hope it's nothing. And I think these kind of conditions, if he's a skillful technical player, will hinder him. West Brom get the ball back after a poor pass from the Blades in midfield. Callum Robinson, always the outlet. Pereira, of course, the player that the Blades have got to keep an eye on. And West Brom do absolutely nothing with that. Callum Robinson claiming that was his throw. I don't need to see a replay of that to know that that's not the case. If you are just joining us, you can write in the comments. You can let me know your thoughts. You can tell us what you think the final score will be as well as we do this watch along. Thanks to all of you so far that are watching. It's very much appreciated. Do smash a like if you haven't yet, as we will try and get to. I'd like to say 1,000 likes. That's apparently, I'm kind of new to the whole YouTube thing, but that kind of is what brings it up for people to watch later. More eyes will get to see it if everyone hits like, so we can get to 1,000. So that'd be great. Right, Didsey trying to get control of the ball. Not a great touch. Again, I'm putting that down to the conditions. West Brom have got it back in defence. They're looking to just pump it long. But the header there again, Ampadu just managing to get it away. But we can't keep possession of this ball. Down the right-hand side, they haven't got Furlong today, West Brom. So they're, a player that I think is Darnell Furlong, a really, really good player, incisive passing. Paul Furlong's son not playing. So we'll see what they offer. Certainly Townsend, another player that I think is a good one and definitely one to keep an eye on. Ball played over the top. No one's going to get to that for the West Brom side of things. Matty Phillips, a former Blades loanee. Could be argued that Matty Phillips was the best Blades loanee we've ever had. The amount of goals he scored, I think it was 5 and 6. It was something ridiculous like that. And he's not even a striker. And today he's sort of operating on that right-hand side. The only player I actually like for West Brom is Hal Robson-Kanu, because he's called Hal, and I think he's the only other professional. He's the only professional footballer called Hal. I'm not a professional footballer, much to my dad's chagrin. Right, ball headed out for a throw-in. West Brom just getting a clean head on that, so the Blades will have a throw-in here. It is absolutely awful conditions for playing football if it's windy. I loved playing football when it was wet. I can't tell. I need to see some images of the corner flags or the flags just above the clock on the John Street, just to see if there's any wind in this game. Because if there is, it will not make for pleasant playing conditions. But actually, when it's wet, you can slide along that skiddy surface, particularly as defender. Fantastic. It should also make the ball zip around for that. The passing that the Blades will try and do, it's already looked from West Brom's side of things. They're going to try and play a long ball rather than sort of nice passing that we certainly hope to see from the Blades. He says, as a ball is kicked to absolutely no one. West Brom thought about letting that go out for a goal kick and kept alive when Didsey started to show interest. And West Brom have actually managed to launch something of an attack from this. This looks dangerous. Hal does not like. It's one-on-one. It's good defending. And it's about getting that ball clear. Get that ball clear, Blades. Finally, United can come away with it. But that was good defending. I'm happy with that. That was a case of there was danger. We dealt with it. We're 8 minutes into this game. And I've got to say, West Brom are looking slightly more dangerous. There's not been enough in it to call it either way. But just 2 attacks they've had where you thought if they picked the right final ball, they could have been in there. So I'm so nervous. We can't lose this game. Forget about it. It's not an option. All right, Blades attacking on the left-hand side. Let's see if a right footer can do danger playing on the left-hand side with Bogle. Bogle, prime Borbokis, as I call him. I think a free kick there. He's looked like he's fouled in the D, and the referee says yes. Jayden Bogle, prime Borbokis, getting forward, making things interesting. And it's good to see. Number 20, doing that nice exchange of passing. Lovely little turn. And you know what? If Baldock hadn't got in his way there, that pass he takes from Fleck, he's just turning away with it, looking to get a shot away. I mean, is it a free kick? Yeah. Yes, because it's for the Blades. So 100% free kick and a red card. If I'm playing football with my mates outside and someone does that tackle on me, we just get on with it. But that's the Premier League football. And it's a soft game. So we've got 3 lads interested. We've got the midfield 3. Lundstrom, want away John Lundstrom, getting his big money move to Real Madrid. We've got Ollie Norwood, who's looking like Ollie Norwood last 2 games. And John Fleck, thankfully not Jimmy, who's definitely looking like John Fleck of old. So I think for me, you'd probably say this is for a right footer, but we'll see if Fleck's interested. So referee blows his whistle. It's looking like it's going to be Norwood, but it's over the bar and never really convincing. We'll see. Comments coming through. Sockboy says McGoldrick's going to score first. We will see. Quite a lot of baggies in the chat as well, which is a shame. We've see what I mean. Do you know what? It's a shame. I have no hatred for West Brom, but I do think it's a shame that Sam Allardyce was appointed. Not because Big Sam's a bad manager per se, but he's not the future. Slaven Bilic is someone you could have built around, but Sam, no. I don't think Sam Allardyce will be there next season, whatever league West Brom are in. Whereas if the Blades go down, I think we're in good shape with Chris Wilder. Ball played through the middle. West Brom are on the attack. They're trying to drive into the box here. It's a shot away, and it's wide of that right-hand post. It's our old boy, Callum Robinson, exchanged for Ollie Burke. I would have Ollie Burke over Callum Robinson every day of the week. It was, again, West Brom with that fast attack. He's got pace. We know Callum Robinson. We know what he can do. He can score against Chelsea. He is kind of naturally both-footed. I think he prefers his right. And he gets a shot away on his left. So I think he'd rather have taken that if he could and had another touch. 2 goals in 19 for Sheffield United last season. And this season, for West Brom, he also looked lively, particularly against Chelsea. Didsey, again, dropping so deep, but he makes things happen. He's in the centre circle, just looking to pass that ball out to the right-hand side, and we can just begin again from the back. The Blades looking to just kind of keep options alive from this right-hand side, and then they'll switch the play over to the left. It seems like we want to give Bogle, poor lad, on his weaker foot, constant touches. Bogle so interested in just coming in field. He's already come inside a poor pass there. The runner had already gone, and the Blades are going to lose possession there. That was disappointing to see. That was the wrong option on that left-hand side. Again, it's players playing out of position. We've seen that since O'Connell went down. I think we first was against Leeds. We heard that O'Connell was going to have that surgery and be out for the majority of the season. David McGoldrick now looking for a pass. It's not on. He had Sharp there, and he just played it straight to the West Brom defender. If you're wondering why I can't tell who all the players are, it's because I am sat where I'm not normally sat. I don't mean that in my season ticket seat. I mean, I am sat so far away from my TV, it is untrue. I might as well be in a different room, and my TV is not like I'm sure many of you watching on your 90-inch screens. I've got quite a small telly, so it's very, very. And I wear glasses. Obviously, my eyesight's not the best, so I'll do my best to try and keep you updated on what's going on. Hopefully, you're doing this watch along in very much the same style that when I watch alongs, I have it on the box, and I watch on YouTube at the same time. West Brom offside from that kick punted upfield by Sam Johnson, an excellent goalkeeper. So many that have come through that Manchester United youth system, like Ben Foster, and have gone on to be top-class professionals. You feel like he is a player that deserves to play in the Premier League, as quite a few of these West Brom lads are. Pereira being another one. I think he's absolute dynamite and magic, and the Blades so far haven't seen what he can do, and I'd rather keep it that way. We kept him quite quiet in the away game. Conor Gallagher, of course, was really instrumental in that match, a match that the Blades outplayed West Brom, but couldn't find the back of the net. No, we could have played for a couple of days that night. It just wasn't going to happen. It was just one of those games. So the Blades back on, of course, the left-hand side. Let's just keep it going down that side. Why not? Let's get a good cross in, Bogle. He's got to check back. That is going to be the problem. But wow, he's got skill. Nutmegs his man, wins a throw-in. He did the best he probably could have done there. If he's not going to be able to cross it in with his left, which I don't think he wants to do, then that's the best we can do. We've seen it before with Kieran Freeman when, congratulations to him as well. He's just signed for Swansea City after a brief spell at Swindon. We saw him playing both flanks, and he sometimes did just whip it in with his left. He had that in his locker. I don't think Jayden Bogle, and Derby fans can correct me if I'm wrong. I'd be amazed if there's any Rams in this stream. But I don't think Jayden Bogle ever played left wing back before. Great turn from David McGoldrick on 14 minutes. He's going to get a shot away straight at Johnson. I love that turn, though. He made that himself. He deserves to take the shot on when he has created it. Absolutely brilliant. It's more good passing on the deck. He's got two West Brom men around him, Didsey. He says, see ya. Bypasses them both. Takes the shot probably earlier than he'd have wanted to, but he was getting closed down. He was just outside the area, couldn't get into the area. And to score against a top keeper like Sam Johnson from there, you're going to have to go some way. Also, Baggies, let me know, is it Sam Johnston or Sam John Stone? Because, of course, it's spelt Stone, but it doesn't sound right. So you can put it phonetically in the chat if you fancy. And thank you in advance. Of course, the Blades are attacking down this left-hand side again. Why not? Let's make it hard for poor Jayden Bogle. Ampadu to Bogle seems to be like a common theme, and we'll see if that continues. You can also let me know your thoughts on how the game's going, your final prediction scores. And as I say, I've said it already, but please, I can't stress enough, if you are signed into YouTube, please give this stream a like. It's my first watch-along solo ever. So I'm doing my very best to hopefully bring you a bit of colour from the game. A grey night, wet, 15 minutes old, Sam Allardyce chewing gum, barking the orders, and looking as thoroughly unimpressed, as Sam always does. I remember Sam Allardyce when he just had a moustache. He had hair as well, but manager of Notts County back in the day when they had Jermaine Pennant. I think one of the games the Blades played against Notts County was one of the first games where we had the introduction of like a board telling you how many minutes were going to be added on, because there'll be plenty of older Blades like me who remember that it was at the referee's discretion and you just didn't know how much injury time was going to be added on. You know, there'll be younger people watching now thinking, what, that was actually a thing? Yeah, and it wasn't digital either back in the day. The only thing digital in the stadium would have been a digital watch. So here's Ethan Ampadu on the left-hand side, of course. I think that's going to be a recurring theme. I think just put me on a loop. So hopefully the Blades can start to realise that actually go inside more than going down that left. They've won a free kick. It's the fantastic Jonathan Fleck. I don't think he's ever been called Jonathan in his life. The fantastic John Fleck, Captain Livermore, with some awful facial hair. I've just realised that's not even at all, and he's got the gaps. He's got the gaps here. Kyle Bartley's not messing about. He's gone full beard. You know, like me. When I've got my full beard, I look like, forget Hal. It's the Halaban. It's Hal Qaeda. It's massive when I really grow it. I'm only shaving this thing if United stay up. Free kick, swung in. It's a good one. It's going to be cleared behind, and that'll go, if it goes, for a corner ball. It was Kyle Bartley. Big Bartley beard on display. It's brilliant. You like to see it. A man that can grow a beard like that should do. John Fleck, of course, will take this because it's from the right-hand side. Norwood will take him on the left-hand side. So let's see what we can make of this United. Egan obviously up. Danger man in the air. Hasn't scored enough from set pieces, certainly this season. Last season, towards the end, against Burnley and Wolves, he found his shooting boots or his shooting head. Right, corner swung in. It's cleared. It's a good corner, but no one there. I mean, I don't know if it's just the shirt they're wearing, but there looks to be more West Brom players. And that's really good harrying back from Callum Robinson, who's incandescent with rage at that decision. He felt that was a throw into West Brom. He doesn't sort of shirk any of his feelings, Callum Robinson. 17 minutes played, Blades 0, West Brom 0. If you're asking me who's on top at the moment, and Scott is doing exactly that, it is the Blades. It started very much West Brom, quite a cagey game though. Possession-wise, United definitely had more. Oh, there's the stat on the screen. Thank you very much, BT Sports. So my eyesight's too bad. I can't read that, but let's say that's looks like 68, 30, 32 would be, wouldn't it? Great maths. Ball over the top. Sam Johnston is going to collect that nice and calmly. You know, whilst we are on top, we haven't looked like scoring. They haven't looked like scoring. Diddy's had a long-range effort straight at the keeper, but that's been the sort of the highlights for United. If you've seen when Saturday comes, you'll get why I'm saying it like that. But now West Brom trying to launch something. They are looking for options, but the Blades have got back in numbers. We've got 8 men that I've just counted back. A ball's going to be swung into the box. That was a really, really inviting cross, a delicious cross. And Digne, the striker for West Brom, who they signed from Galatasaray, he was the guy they were looking for there, and we need to see more of him. So I'm looking for comments to tell me how to say Sam Johnston or Sam Johnstone and how you pronounce West Brom's striker. So to be fair, I haven't been looking at these for a while. So any help with those baggies, that would be most appreciated. 0-0. Wet game. That's a good name for a band. John Stun. Thank you very much, Jet. John Stun. Sam Johnston. I will remember that. Deanne. Oh, that doesn't help, mate. Deanne. Okay. We're going with Johnston and Deanne. I hope I've got that right. I should have pointed maybe out earlier that I am dyslexic, and you could have put a number in that. It would look the same to me. So number 17 for West Brom, the striker, of course, that I was referring to. So he's one that I think could be the catalyst for West Brom after this game. I want them to get hammered today. Realistically, if the Blades are to have any chance of staying up, you know, obviously you want other teams around us to start losing games on a consistent level. But what I would say, Blades, is we've just got to win our games. We can't worry too much. We've given ourselves too much to do. We don't have the luxury anymore of worrying about other teams. We also don't have the luxury anymore of going to the big sides and saying, "Oh, okay, we'll give you 3 points here and we'll win against Palace and Brighton." We've given that right up. So that's why we had to go to Manchester United. We had to win. we should really have put out a stronger effort against Tottenham. And Tottenham don't look like Tottenham. So the past few games, they've looked poor. So that game is one that we'll probably look back on and say, I think we gave them too much respect. That doesn't help at all. But John Stun does. So, appreciate that. Right, ball kicked forward by John Stun. And, of course, it's on the left-hand side for United. Fleck is going to play that in field. Norwood's going to look for options with his magic ping. But no movement off the ball. I do want to see a lot more from our front two. Sharp speed. Oh, that's the worst pass you'll see in a Premier League game. Ethan Ampadu looking like Ethan Ampapoo. They're just passing it straight out for a throw-in and doing that sort of gesture afterwards, like, you weren't where you should have been. That was just a bad pass, Ethan. You can do better than that, son. So, I want to see more there. A lot more, accurate passing. Thing is with throw-ins, I've noticed this with throw-ins. Don't challenge and contest a throw-in too much, because for some reason, professional footballers who are paid 30 grand a week aren't very good at throwing a ball to a teammate. As you've seen with that one, Blades have got possession back. And I feel like if we'd won that throw-in there, West Brom would have possession back. Now I've said that, when you watch a throw-in, see how many times you don't keep possession after a throw-in. It is really, really poor. Blades now finally on the right-hand side, looking to come in field, hopefully just try and launch some kind of attack. It's not going to be a long ball. You feel like with United this season, we are trying to pass our way out of the back, and that's continuing to be the theme at the moment. Egan's going to look for options. I want to see us trying to go infield a lot more. Didsey obviously keen to do that as well. He's keeping that ball alive in the middle. It's very much possession without doing anything at the moment for the Blades. Basham, Egan, looking again, Egan as he's going to come forward and find Norwood. And then Ampadu, good pass that time from Ampadu into the very deep David McGoldrick, who's got such wonderful passing range on him with his right foot. So going to spread that out to the right-hand side. Already we look stronger going on that right-hand side. This is an attack now, Blades. This is something we can build on. We keep that ball on the right, then a ball in field, which didn't look like the right option. Few players now becoming available. I want to see a bit more running off the ball. Here we are, into the box. This is incisive stuff. United still not able to actually get the ball into that 6-yard area. Cross is going to come in now from that right-hand side, but it doesn't beat the first man, and West Brom can clear quite comfortably back into the centre of midfield, but no one there for them. But Diagne not able to get on the end of it. Finally, the Blades lump it forward rather than short passing. And again, you feel like if Bogle's left-footed, he takes that first time. It was the first touch of a rhino from Bogle, and it runs straight through to John Stun. Thanks very much, Matt. Just checking in. Matt Hayes, definitely check his YouTube account out. Matt is fantastic. I've watched quite a bit of what he does, even though I'm not a Tottenham fan. And hopefully he wasn't listening to too much of the slagging off I was doing of Spurs earlier. Ball played in for West Brom. It doesn't reach anyone. It's going to now come back out as they try and recycle play on this right-hand side. If they can get across in, they can't. It's Bogle again, he's everywhere today. Whilst I said similar to Manchester City, he's not been able to get balls crossed in on his left side. And you do feel like that's a side that they're going to exploit and they're going to attack down. West Brom trying to do that right now. But one thing he can do is he can recover with his pace. Reminiscent a bit of Kyle Walker. If Kyle Walker ever gets in trouble, his pace can usually bail him out. Now, I'm not saying Bogle was in trouble there, but as soon as West Brom looked like they were about to get a cross in, he was there, lightning quick. Ball thrown in, and it's a free kick. There was a whole load of nothing going on there with Sami Ajayi. The referee says that is a foul and a free kick to the Blades. We're 24 minutes old in this game. If you're trying to keep up and watch along with me at exactly the same time, I'm on 23:34 right now. Ampadu and Sami Ajayi colliding. Free kick. Ramsdale will take. And it's about now getting bodies forward. By the way, if you're going to watch the whole watch along, I will have company in the second half, all the way from the US of A. Yeehaw! With Robert, one of our fans react, who is a massive Blade who lives in the States. And yeah, sounds like a scrappy game. That is absolutely spot on. It is. I think the weather is not conducive to good football, despite United trying to play it on the floor. Diagne also now trying to keep things alive for West Brom in that middle of the field. They're coming again on this right-hand side, West Brom, because they know that's where United are playing a player out of position. A cross comes in and Ramsdale takes it. It was very comfortable for the United stopper. And they'll try and just get things moving. Again, the Blades trying to bring it out again on the left-hand side. I don't know why. Come inside, United. Ball over the top. No finesse on that at all. We've given up, I think, on the short passing game, and that looks like a foul all day long, as Billy Sharp was never going to get to that ball. It was just overcooked. So fouls his man, as he could see. It was just going to run into touch. And United will have to start again. If I get any players confused, it's because I'm sitting so far away from my TV screen. It might as well be in a different postcode. So it was possible that was the box-shaped John Lundstrom, Mr. Square. So on this occasion, Sam Johnson doesn't kick it long. He goes short, and West Brom are just going to build from the back. They are firing a ball forward, which actually could have had some zip on it with this surface, but Ramsdale alive to it, and the Blades now it's end to end, but not in the way that you think a really exciting game is. It's end to end in terms of there's passing, but there's no end product. Not from either side. Has that at any point have I felt like either side is about to score here? And I think that's to be expected. Both sides know that they can't afford to lose. And it's being played very much like, maybe without the quality, but very much like a final of some kind. Often finals are very disappointing because neither side wants to make a mistake. Ball over the top on that right-hand side. Chance to get a cross in for the Blades, but it's good defending. West Brom getting bodies back and getting a foot in and getting it all the way cleared to halfway. But again, there's no way that it can be held up. I think it was Pereira on that occasion, couldn't hold the ball up, and the Blades will win it back. And Ampadu's going to try and come inside and bring it forward. He's got the ball again. Again, he goes out to Bogle, who's going to have to check back onto his right. Didsy's playing incredibly deep. He gives it to, it looks like Baldock, who's come all the way out on that left, maybe because Baldock's realised I'm not going to see any of it on the right. So, he's come out to the left, and he didn't see it on the left either. Interesting tactics from the Blades. By interesting, I mean bad. We are attacking constantly down the left-hand side. And I'm not blaming Jayden Bogle. He's right-footed, and West Brom know he's right-footed. So they're just showing him onto his left. Who wouldn't do that? That's what you do in the schoolyard. You cannot read the names on the back of these West Brom shirts either. There's no point even writing a name on the back of that. You could be half a yard away from that shirt of O'Shea's and not see any of those letters at all. Blades, though, from a throw-in from West Brom, have got the ball back. You keep watching, I'm telling you, the amount of times that throw-ins just are returned straight to the opposition. But United do absolutely nothing with it, run straight into trouble on this left-hand side. West Brom, this is what they're going to try and do, hit on that counter-attack, and they are hitting on the counter-attack. They're going to whip a ball in, but it's blocked superbly. United getting back, John Lundstrom getting his right foot on that, stopping any kind of Pereira cross from reaching its man, and it'll be a throw-in to the Baggies. We are 28 minutes into this game. It's 0-0, and it hasn't looked like changing. So we'll see what West Brom can do. An incredibly skiddy surface, and they've done. I thought they'd done well. That ball is still alive. It's not been shepherded out, although it can eventually be cleared, but to no one. And again, it'll go all the way back to the keeper, and we'll see if anything is actually going to be built from this. Some predictions coming in as well. Danny says Pereira as well, and Pereira to score a prediction. I mean, Pereira is, for me, West Brom's best player. He hasn't seen enough of the ball yet to do anything menacing with. This one as well from Pfeiffer. Why does Max Lowe not play? Is he injured or has he had a fallout? He's on the bench, so you say, he's not had a fallout, but I think Wilder's seen enough from Max Lowe in the 4 games that he played in the Premier League to know that Max Lowe has not played particularly well in a red and white shirt. His performance at Chelsea was, let's be fair, it was bad. Max Lowe would be the first to admit that. He looked good against Burnley in the League Cup when he set up Didsy for the goal. He was our first assister of the season. But he hasn't looked good enough. For me, if everyone's fit, Ben Osborne plays left wing back, but he's out at the moment. Ball floated in from West Brom. It's cleared, and United can break. This is now just outside the centre circle. Obviously, United are trying to play that soft, short pass game, which for me works on occasion. Sometimes there's call for a long ball. There was the call for a long ball because West Brom had committed so many men forward. United didn't see it, and we're playing that short passing game. Again, it's on that left-hand side. Again, Bogle has to check in on his right, and again, possession is lost. Again, I'm not having a go at Bogle. This is not his fault. I don't know why we are persisting. Bogle is much more attacking than Baldock. I get that. But for me, and I did my predicted lineup, and I stuck it on the Sheffield United way Twitter and Instagram, and you can check that out at Sheffield United Way. I had Bogle on the right. Baldock is a better defender, and Bogle is better going forward. This is a game we've got to win. So away from home, you could maybe play Baldock, and at home, you play Bogle. What I really want to see is both of them play, but not at the expense of no one who's naturally left-footed. I'd rather see Bogle playing instead of Lundstrom on that right centre midfield position, purely because Lundstrom's going to leave at the end of the season. I like Lundstrom. I rate Lundstrom. But if he doesn't want to stay, maybe we start looking to the future and play Bogle and see if we can mould him into that right-sided central midfield position, because we're clearly never going to change tactics. Not from the start of a game, anyway. On this left-hand side, of course, you can just pick it up at any point and it'll be Bogle on the left losing possession. So West Brom have it back. I think a few people commenting that Lowe isn't good enough. I never like to single out players and pick on them. I mean, if you just tuned in, it'll sound like I'm picking on Bogle. I repeat, I'm not. He is not the one who said, I want to play left wing back. All right? He would want to play, I'm sure, right wing back. But Lowe isn't fit. He's not 100% fit. We saw Keane Bryan, Keane Bryan, play for 55 minutes against Manchester United. He wasn't fully fit. I'd rather see Keane Bryan, play that left-sided position just because he's left-footed. And I really rate Keane Bryan. He did a fantastic job in pre-season. I know it was against Preston and Derby, but he played left wing back and he looked really, really good. I think West Brom are of a similar standard to Preston, so I think he could do a job in this game. I don't know, of course, I haven't been on the training ground, just how fit Keane Bryan is. Ender Stevens as well. If Ender Stevens is fully fit, he probably plays there. Wilder has had so many good performances from Ender for so many years. This season, Ender Stevens has not looked like Ender Stevens, and it's been a worry. But that's been the thing this season. Players who performed last season haven't kept that levels up, and that's why we find ourselves on a ridiculous 8 points. They say the table doesn't lie. It does this season. We are a better team. We are a better team than the table suggests. Cleared in the D. Blades looking to break. But free kick given. Looked like a foul in the back from Carl Bartley. Carl Bartley, when he was on loan, Blades, pop it in the comments. Did you think we should have signed him? He's now back in the Premier League. If we still had Carl Bartley, we maybe wouldn't be having so many of these defensive issues. But he's gone straight into the back of Billy Sharp. But he's wily Billy Sharp. He's clever. He feels that slight contact in his backside and he just goes down and wins a free kick. And United are just going to start again on this left-hand side. And, you're going to get sick of it. I'm already sick of it. Let's get it into the middle or the right-hand side. We do attack down the wings so often for a side that don't win too much in the air. I mean, Billy Sharp's not the tallest in the world, and Didzy's usually playing so deep. There's no point whipping a ball in from a cross. The kind of crosses that work for us, and it's been the case since Wilder's been involved, are the low drilled crosses. And that's what I'd like to see more of. Brilliant play there, Blades, winning that ball back. Fantastic midfield tenacity. Fleck winning it back and then trying to create something, but it is cleared. And again, we win it back again. This is superb. It looked like a free kick. Ref's going to let it go. United attacking on the right-hand side, and that's what I want to see. It's happened. This will be the second time, and we've looked more menacing because we've got right footers there. Ball whips in. It's not got past the first man, but then picked up in a foul in the box. No, says the referee. Looked like a slight contact. I've got Blade spectacles on there, so that's why I shout penalty. In reality, probably not. Be interesting to see it again. The better side at the moment is Sheffield United. Throw into the Blades on the right-hand side, just outside the area. Callum Robinson checking back. He's doing a Didsy and dropping as deep as him. United, though, will move into the middle and just try and get things flowing through Norwood and Fleck, and Egan just giving an option back there, but Bogle having to check back inside. Ampadu, he's going to have a shot from distance, and it is saved by Sam Johnston. A good save. It had some life on it, that shot. I have a lot of respect for Ampadu. If you don't buy a ticket, you won't win the raffle. He comes inside from the left on his right. And, I think that's a good shot. It looked like it was going in. Johnston makes a really, really good two-handed save and pushes it out as well. It's another sign of a really good keeper, is one that doesn't push it into danger. And Sam Johnston doesn't push it into danger. Something, unfortunately, I have a feeling with Ramsdale that he tries to save everything. It's been a theory I've held for a while, that some of the simpler stuff, he tries to do a bit too much. And if I was coaching Rammers, I would say, just do the simple things. And Phil's right. The pitch, we've got 99 problems and a pitch is one. The pitch looks ropey. Players' footing isn't great. Needs some one-touch passing to break through. Maybe, Phil, we've been doing a lot of of passing that's just been on the deck. And part of me wants to see, look, when conditions are like this, just go long ball. I know it sounds awful, but it's not about performances now. It's about getting results. And every time we've gone long ball, we've looked like not scoring because it's the Blades. We've just looked a bit better. Blades win a corner from the left-hand side. So Ollie Norwood on 35 minutes. I'm on 34-36 if you're trying to keep up with me. It's going to be whipped in. It's not a bad one. Johnson can't grab it. And I think that's largely to do with the surface. But it looked to me like Ollie Norwood was trying to do a Crystal Palace away there and just almost curl it straight in. He's got that in his locker. He's like Alan Woodward. Woody could score straight from corners. I've been reliably informed by my dad. A better corner. Again, Johnson, he's flapped at that a little bit. Referee's taken a look and said, was there anything in that? And he's decided against it. Another corner. Livermore and Johnston getting in each other's way. But Sam Johnson, he's an imposing figure. And he looks like he's stepped on the white. And he was able to get to that. John Fleck, who drinks Iron Brew. I ordered an Iron Brew the other day from one of these delivery takeaway places. They sent me a Fanta Twist. I mean, that's not the same. I didn't complain because I'm British. Right, corner coming in, 36 minutes. Johnny Fleck. It's a good corner. If that had been met by a header, I'm telling you what, Blades, that was a chance because he was deliberately aiming for his man there. That wasn't a hit and hope. That was long ball forward, one in the air, but at what cost? The cost of a goal kick. It was Egan who said, I'm just going to get my bonce on this and we'll see where it lands. John Egan, 101 appearances for Sheffield United. That does include his loan spell in 2012 against Walsall away, a game I went to and wished I hadn't. I think if you've ever been to watch Sheffield United Walsall away, you know you're in for a bad day. Definitely the bogey side. Do you know what? This is a really good point by DLT. Nailed it. Wilder obviously wants us to play it around because he would play Burke if he wanted long ball. I think that's absolutely fair. So stick that in your pipe and smoke it, Hal. I think Burke should have started, personally, and I said that in our pre-match build-up. The plan is most likely to tire out the defence and attack with Brewster, Didsey and Burke. Yeah, I mean, I also wanted Brewster to start because, boy, the guy needs confidence, and I would have had Didsey playing in the hole. Didsey's playing in the hole anyway. Both sides are really playing one up front. Diagne's seeing absolutely nothing of the ball, and Billy Sharp's seeing nothing of the ball. Billy Sharp is a fox in the box. Anything in the 6-yard box, he will score. There's not a debate on that. 10 times out of 10, Billy will score. He scores goals. But he's not getting anything like that at the moment. So very difficult for him to do anything with it. West Brom clear it for a throw-in, which David McGoldrick's can get to first. It'd be unlikely of him to take it, but the Blades are trying to get things moving quickly. We're playing at the moment like it's the 97th minute, not the 37th minute. Ampadu, who's had the first really, really good shot today. That looks like a foul just about 40 yards out on George Baldock, who's getting sick of waiting on that right-hand side. So he's coming over to the left because he's not seeing any of the ball for some reason. So he's had to come in to get the ball, and he's won a good free kick there. Robert Snodgrass, another one who I don't like seeing play against us. He's one of those players that I've always wanted the Blades to sign, and he seems to be a guy that can always turn it on against you, and hopefully VAR intervenes if he does again. How's Diagne playing? Says Cantana. You know what? You can tell the guy's got ability, but he's not seen any of the ball. It's not his fault. He's up there on his own, and West Brom haven't, apart from the first 2 minutes of this game, had enough in the final third. Ball swung in. It's not a bad ball, and it's just clipped away by the defence. It's going to go out for another throw-in on the right-hand side, but McGoldrick was onto that. Christopher, absolutely spot on. Bogle really appears to be struggling at left wing back. He is, mate. It's not his position, and I could tell it wasn't his position against Man City, and that's why I didn't have him on my predicted lineup to start there. I wouldn't play him there again. It looks like that's off a West Brom head, so that's going to be a corner to the Blades after the throw-in, which I mentioned we'd won earlier. It's Jake Livermore with that truly horrendous facial hair, and yes, I can say that because I've joined it up. He's left the gaps. You don't leave the gaps. What's all that about? If he shaves the mustache, he's going to look Amish. There's nothing wrong with being Amish. But is that the look he's going for? I don't know. Right, corner from the right-hand side, which means John Fleck will take it with his wonderful wand of a left foot. It's into the near post, cleared by West Brom, but straight back to Fleck, who can, again, look for options. He's going to try and take it on his own. Then he finds a better option with Lundstrom, who chips it in. It's a lovely ball. It's a cushioned header, and it's just wide. That is the first chance that Sharp has had in this game. And you can see from his potty mouth that he is really disappointed with himself. Lundstrom, delightful ball chipped in. Could Billy do better? It's really hard. He's got a defender right in front of him who's not making any real effort to challenge for the ball. Sharp's bigger. He's quicker to read it, and he's stronger. That's why he wins that. I think to direct that on goal, very, very difficult. Still 0-0. To me, it looks like if anyone's going to score, it's going to be Sheffield United. We're at 40 minutes. Sam Johnston, who's had a good game, saved from McGoldrick, a save you'd expect him to make 100 times out of 100, and saved from Ampadu, a good save from Ampadu. West Brom win it in the midfield. They win it well as well. And now they can break on this left-hand side. This is where they're dangerous, on the counter-attack. Getting into the box, getting a shot away. Ramsdale spills it. It's right on the edge. It's in. It's 1-0, and it's former Blade Matt Phillips. And I said earlier, Ramsdale, when he parries into danger. And that's the difference. Sam Johnson does not do that. And that is a blow, Blades. That is not been coming. And it's a former United player who scores. I'm upset. That's not what I wanted. It's a mess. It's a right mess. I still feel like it could have been stopped. So it's a ball that's played in. It's the Ramsdale parries straight into Diagne, who gets a scuffed shot. Again, Rammers then parries into danger from the scuff shot, and Matt Phillips has got the easiest task in the world. Oh. And now's the time when I wish there was more Blades in the chat than Baggies. Seems like there's more West Brom fans. That's not been coming. It's against the run of play, but fair play to West Brom. Their game plan of hit us on the break clearly worked. United, you can hear the. I don't want to swear. I'm so upset. I'm not good when United lose. So it's been a tough season. It's been a tough watch, and you can literally hear a man's heart breaking. I cannot tell you how much I can't stand this season and how much it's hurt and how much better we are. I'm blaming the keeper. I don't care what kind of grief I get for this because Rammer's there. It's the parrying, right? He's done well to get to the first shot. It's the parrying straight in the goal mouth twice. If he puts it the other way, back to where it's come from, and it's a skiddy surface so you can slip it away. I'm not a keeper, but I know there's a lot of this to think about, and perhaps I'm being overly critical, but it seemed like poor decision-making from Ramsdale there, and I don't want to pile on Rammers because, you can hear I'm hurting. You can hear this is genuine, this is raw, and this is real emotion. I hope you feel the same way as me, because there's plenty of people that do these watch-alongs, and they're doing it for different reasons. I would be there if fans could be there, and I wouldn't be doing these. So, Baldock's down. He's doing what we all want to do, and he's just trying to get away from it all. Matty Phillips was dynamite for the Blades. He was lethal. If we'd had the money, we would have signed him when he was on loan from Blackpool. Ian Holloway didn't rate him for some reason. Let him go on to Sheffield. So he did, and he was really, really good. The goal, just watching it back again, I'm probably being overly critical on Rammers because he does do well on the first one. The second one, he's just instinctive, isn't it? It's just reactions. I think when you get a chance to see these things again, perhaps I'm being harsh. I don't know. Tell me in the comments. Am I being harsh on Ramsdale? Has he legitimately cost us a goal there? Let me know. What's going to happen now is this is the worst thing that could have happened to the Blades because Bogle's struggling. I think they've got to get someone who can play left side wing back. I think they'll move. Oh well, Baldock's injured, so Baldock, this is 4-star hand. So this isn't tactical wizardry from Wilder. This is Bogle's going to have to play right wing back, and Max Lowe, who I don't rate, is going to play left wing back. Naturally left-footed, better. But tough stuff. So we'll see that now. Two natural right and left footers on the wing back positions. It's a soft goal to give away. What I was saying is we're now going to sit. West Brom are going to sit on this. They're going to sit on this 1-0 lead. I don't think they're going to make huge strides to go for two. I think they'll just try and hit us on the counter. The reason it's the worst thing is when we concede first, we lose, or at best we get a penalty and draw with Fulham. So it's bad when we go a goal down. This season has proved that. Some of you in the comments are agreeing with me. In fact, it looks like all of you are agreeing with me that I wasn't being harsh on Ramos. Alan agree that Ramos is a liability. Alfie, if I do that, mate, it's just going to be a silent stream. But I appreciate your support on my first one. Chip Butter, yes, Ramsdale is not good enough. I mean, we don't want to pile on the lad. We don't want him to be an 18.5 flop. We don't want that. Wilder showed his hand with George Long, and he took him out of the team when he made mistakes. He felt, I guess, with Ramsdale, he can't do that because he spent all that money. We can't lose this. You're absolutely right. See, that's an interesting one, Daniel. Thought Ramos did all he could. And you know what? You might be right. And it is a skiddy surface. It's horrible conditions. I think you're probably being fair. It's definitely football. It's about opinions. Yeah. Verrips, Salad Fingers, has gone to FCM, and should he have been given a chance? We'll probably never get to see Verrips in a Blade shirt. I don't think the coaching staff, who've had a long time, he signed him in 2019. I don't think they've had a reason to throw him in. He started against AFC Filed, but that's it. And he got injured in that game, hurt his head very early on, had to come out concussion protocol. I don't think we're ever going to see him. They've seen him in training, and they obviously don't rate him. And would we have any more points if we'd have registered Simon Moore and played him all season? Would we have any less points if we'd played League One Wes? John Fleck makes a strong challenge on Robert Snodgrass. You love to see it. For me, I wouldn't have been surprised if that had been a yellow card, but it was a blood and thunder challenge, and in the modern game, you're not surprised. You're really not. If that's a yellow, I don't want to see yellows for that. So I'm a keeper, and that's his fault. Should have held it. I mean, if you're a keeper, I'm bound to your superior knowledge because I'm not a keeper, and I'm not brave either. I think because of the wet conditions, maybe very, very difficult. Phil says Ramsdale will come good, but could be for another side. Yeah, I mean, that would be heartbreaking, wouldn't it? Because whoever gets Ramsdale next isn't going to pay 18.5 million. He's a Stoke lad. It's not like he's a born and bred Blade. He's a Stoke duck, and I want him to do well. But he needs to really show us what he can do. Because at the moment, he's going to play on two sides that have been relegated back to back, and that's not something anyone wants on their CV. And I have to agree with Emin. Just when we gain some decent performances, we play like this. I mean, we've not played badly. I think that's something that we've got to mention there. We've not played badly. We have at times looked good. Nick is back in the stream. It's been a tough watch, buddy. It's been a tough watch. Help me out.
Yeah, I think at times we've played all right, but then some passes have just been loose, and Ampadu a couple of times put the ball out of play, kind of not concentrating and knowing where he is. Bogle, and he's just like playing an aimless ball, just hoping that someone's there. We've done all right. We've played some good stuff, but I think Nigel Spackman said it needs to be quicker, and West Brom are defending well.
You're not listening to my watch along.
No.
The disrespect.
What do you mean?
You should be watching my watch along.
I can't because you're in front of me.
Unbelievable. You see the kind of support, I guess. Now, Nick, I'm only messing there, but I do want.
I have been watching it though.
I do want your opinion on two things.
Go on, Ramsdale.
I'm getting a bit of grief in the comments.
I'm just talking about Ramsdale.
All right, so I've had a bit of a go at Ramos. You know a lot more about goalkeeping than me. Talk me through it.
Do I?
Because you played in defence. You've always had one behind you.
First save, he just pushed it straight out to one of their players, didn't they? And trying to think how he could have done it better. I'm not too sure, to be honest. The second save was brilliant. It was really unlucky that it landed straight to Matty Phillips. But the defence as well. Why is Ampadu just stood on the line on his own? It felt like there were more West Brom players in and around our 6-yard box than Blades. But yeah, the first save was pretty poor because it was straight back out to one of their players. But I can't really help on saying whether it was a poor save or not.
Well, what about Bogle? Because I've also been critical of the fact we've attacked down the left repeatedly. I don't know why. And Baldock obviously got frustrated and he felt he had to come over to the left at 2 points.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not too sure, to be honest, because I don't know. I don't feel like Bogle knows our system well enough to be playing it right now, especially out of position as well. I'm not saying that we shouldn't go down the left, but like you say, it's constantly down the left. But over kind of like the past few years, the left has been predominantly what we've used.
But don't you think
the
that
wide overloads?
The reason it's not a good idea is because West Brom know you just show him onto his right, and that's what they've done.
Yeah, absolutely, because it's always going to be, when you're playing at left wing back, the ball's going to be on your left foot quite a lot, and you're going to be trying to pull it back, constantly pull it back. I don't think he's had a bad game, but it just feels a bit like everybody's playing okay, but there's just been sloppy passes. Like for the goal, Billy Sharp got knocked off the ball too easily. Then Norwood came in and just had it taken off him really, really easily. And then they've caught us on the break quite a few times, especially early on. And
what's going on with Norwood? Why do we get two good Norwood performances and then, like against Tottenham, when he's so pedestrian and so slow, and it's like he thinks he's got all the time in the world to just take a touch. Oh, I'll choose my ping option now. It's like he's playing a FIFA game. He's going to press triangle. He doesn't have time for that. And I think he's really been quite poor, particularly for the goal.
Yeah, definitely. I think, like in those situations, if you think you're not going to get to that ball, you stand off. You don't go in and then be like, oh, he's taking it past me. It really, like, when I played, like you did, like if you think I'm not getting that ball right, let's drop and let's try and kind of defend the defense, if you like. And he just kind of, it was almost like he thought, oh, I'm going to get there, and he was nowhere near the ball one little bit.
What would you do, Nick, at half time? Are you going to make any changes? We've already been forced to make one. Our hand has been forced.
Maybe we could do with 5 substitutes for this game. I'm only joking. I'm joking. Well, that's it. We've got 2 subs left now, aren't we? So I'm guessing both of those are going to be strikers.
Well, Wilder loves bringing on striker, doesn't he?
Yeah, Billy Sharp needs to stay on for the full 90 minutes for me. His chance was probably the best of the half, the header. Like Spacker said, he got up a little bit too early, it felt like. It was a poor guided header, though.
He had to get up, I think. Otherwise, the West Brom defender would also have jumped at the same time, and he probably would have been maybe not favourite because Sharp's so strong, but I felt like he did jump a little bit early, but only because he had that pressure.
Yeah, possibly. Other than that, we've not really opened them up, have we?
No, I've never really felt like we were going to score. I mean, the Ampadu shot is speculative. The Didsey shot is straight down the keeper's throat. I've not got out of my seat, literally, once in that entire first half. And Jurgen has said exactly what I felt. I am, and I don't know how you feel, Nick, I am absolutely sick of this season.
Yeah, and I think we all felt like coming into this game that we were going to come in and all guns blazing and we were going to score an early goal. It's just not happened at all this season, has it? And we just sucker punch yet again. When we feel like we're playing well, sucker punch.
Well, Carl's point here, I think, is spot on. We miss a link-up player. We can't afford to have Didsey playing as a striker but dropping so deep. Think we will see either Brewster or Burke on for Bash. Now, Nick, you know I said to you, absolutely, he's absolutely right. Carl, you need to get on the fans react. Drop us a DM on Twitter, mate, at Sheff United Way, because you speak sense. I said in our pre-build-up that I would like to have seen Didsey in the hole because it's a home game. We've got to win. We've got nothing to lose. Yeah. And then Sharp and Burke. Pace and that fox in the box.
Yeah, definitely. And like I said, we need to keep Sharp on there all game because if they switch off once, he'll score. He'll score. So I don't want to see Sharp come off. And I know he brings Sharp off a lot when he starts. I can't remember the last time Sharp played 90 minutes. He needs to keep him on. Like, who would I bring on? Burke. Yeah, Burke's got to come on for me. But the problem is Burke is not effective when teams sit back because he's got pace to burn. But if he's got no space to run into, he's not the best of footballers, let's be honest. And his composure in front of goal's not great. So it's not his game anymore, I don't think. I think Sam Allardyce is going to set him up just to defend now. And it's going to be really, really, really tough. Really,
they're just gonna sit on it, aren't they?
Yeah, they're going to sit on it. But they're also going to try and hit us on the break as well, like they've done all half.
Yeah, to be honest, I said it in the stream. It's the worst thing that could have happened because they were already playing like this. So when have we come from behind to win a game this season?
We hadn't done it a lot for a long time, have we? Really? I remember Norwich last season. But
I was about to say that's it. Is that the last one?
I can't remember. Other than that,
I mean, mate, you think about it, right? This time last season, we were beating Crystal Palace away, and we just signed Sander Berge.
Do you know what I'm going to say about that? This time last season, we played Palace, and I think that's the last time I remember us playing badly and winning a game.
We did a few times, didn't we? Last season, like Everton away, we were bad and we were brilliant. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's sad to see because every team needs that. Oh, we played badly, but we've won this game. We've got away with one, but we ain't got away with any this season, have we? We've had to play out of our skins to get anything this season. Fulham, when we got a draw, we were by far the better team for probably 60 minutes of the game. Only just snuck a draw, and that was lucky. And then Man United, we played out of the skins, defended so well, and just took our chances. Maybe a bit of luck involved. And Newcastle, we were all over them. We created so many chances, but we're not doing that in this game. We've got all the ball, all the possession like we did against Newcastle, but we're not creating the same chances that we did against Newcastle.
Nick, you've hit the nail on the head, right? When we don't play to our best, we get beat. And if there's any luck to be had, we ain't getting it. And this is the season where we literally have to play at our best every game and get luck. It's tough.
Yeah, I think we've only had one bit of luck this season. That's Man United, isn't it, really?
And I'm still laughing about that. But honestly, we'll never hear the end of that because they're still banging on about it and it might cost them the title. Who cares? Jack says, Robinson looks good for them. Should we have sold him?
Oh, let's not talk about that. I still think we've got the better end of the deal.
I said that in the stream.
I think Robinson's a top-end championship player. Don't even think he's a Premier League player, to be honest. I think if Ollie Burke was playing the Callum Robinson role for West Brom in this game, he'd have already scored a couple of goals by now playing on the break because Robinson's had it, been on the break a couple of times. And it was close with one of the shots, weren't he, that just whistled past the post. But I just feel like he's very indecisive. He's a jack of all trades, but he's not very good at any. He's not great at anything. He's not got the pace. He's not a great finisher. He's not strong. He's just good at everything. He's not great at anything.
Yeah, Danny says the pitch must be so slippery, yet no one is taking shots. Feel like 2 shots in the first half. It's such a good point. I mean, I was mentioning in the stream, Nick, that Sam Johnston, when he parries a shot, he doesn't parry it into danger, which is exactly what Ramsdale does. And then he, of course, went on and did it. But actually testing the keeper with those low daisy cutters in this kind of condition, do it. Why not?
Definitely. Going back to that Ramsdale shot, though, the first one, there were so many bodies in the box. I'm not sure where he could have parried it. So I think it's one where we need to see it back. At the time, I wasn't really paying much attention because I was so annoyed that we conceded another sloppy goal because it looked schoolboy, didn't it? So school. Shot across the keeper, not following it in, and then Ramsdale having to make a second. Well, the second one was a great save, and just not being there. I think it was a bit of bad luck as well because that second save, it just landed straight for one of their players, and Ampadu was on the line trying to stop it, and then he's like in the back of the net because he's gone with the play.
Absolutely. The shirts. Methan Games says both put your pink shirts on.
I'm going to go and put my pink shirt on now. So
I can't really do anything, can I? I can't change while I'm doing this, so I'm stuck with this one. But this is the first time I'm wearing this one for a game as well.
It's your fault, then, isn't it, mate?
It's not my fault because you're going to change shirts, and that's what's going to bring the look.
Yeah, I'm having a bit of a laugh here, but I'm not in the mood to have a laugh. To be honest, I'm really annoyed. really annoyed. We've not opened them up at all, other than the Billy Sharp header, and we've conceded another sloppy goal. And Sam Johnston, you just know we're going to have a few more shots in the second half and he's going to pull off worldies because he's having a brilliant season. He's a great keeper, to be honest.
Yeah.
Is it just about starting?
Not yet, no. I'm waiting
okay.
for Robert to join us for the second half. He's just confirmed. He's just confirmed that he will be joining me for the second half. So Robert is our US of A. Yeehaw! Fan.
Robert knows what he's talking about, mate.
Oh, he knows
really
his stuff.
Does.
He knows his stuff. Where's he from?
I always forget because I know Steve's from Florida for obvious reasons.
I think he's from Ohio, isn't he?
I'm not great with American places.
Where the potatoes come from. All right. Well, if he actually eventually does join us, he can tell you. You can also let me know if you enjoyed the first half solo, Hal, because if you did, that might be an option for the future. Hey, let me do it so I know what I'm doing.
Oh, God, you let him in then.
Hey!
Yes, Ohio is the answer.
Yes!
Yeah, there we go. He's listening.
And you know, Ohio is also how they say good morning in Japan.
Oh, no, I don't want to do that. That's
Ohio. Robert is... Oh, that's better. Yeah, more of Hal's. That's what we need.
I'm just playing around. There we go.
That's good. Nick's going to go by popular demand very, very soon.
All right. Jeez.
Robert, thank you so much for joining us. I think it's probably going to be, if you enjoy this, you and me doing a few of these.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, as long as classes don't conflict, I'm in a master's program right now, which is taking up a lot of time and a lot of brain power. So, Robert, I was hoping for a nice relaxing afternoon and then this happened. So
come along. You got to prioritize. All right. Blades before education.
Yes. I was wearing this when I gave a presentation this morning. So everybody at least got to see the jersey.
I want nothing but love for Robert. He is representing the Blades in Ohio, and I think that's just fantastic that we've got stateside Blades. Robert really knows his stuff, all right? He's not just one of these that has attached himself to the Blades when it became fashionable. He's been following us on the journey, and we've got a lot of respect for him.
Definitely, and this time, there's no whistling or echoes or anything. And that wasn't your fault, Robert. That was our fault.
I was about to say, yeah, that was, I was trying to think, oh God, could I show people this? This will be really cool. And I went back and watched it and wow, it was bad.
The only downside about having Robert on here with me is that I'm no longer the most attractive person on the stream.
You were definitely the most attractive one when you're on your own.
Yeah, that's actually what I meant. And then I realized you'd have taken that as an offense, Nick. I didn't mean it like that.
I did take it as an offense.
The first half on my tongue.
That comment from Jack is brilliant.
That's my favorite. If we had a prize for the best comment, which we don't, that'd be it. Right, McBurney on for the rather disappointing Ollie Norwood. Robert, what did you make of the goal, first of all?
Well, I think Ramsdale, as good as his last two games have been, I think is somewhat at fault for this one. Either collect the ball. Unfortunately, it was so low. It was so instant reaction that he kind of had to get it away. He had to save it. And then the second two shots, the one that went in, each parry went directly to a West Brom player, and that was just unlucky. The fact that Ampadu went back and did the right thing and backed Ramsdale up, which then led those players to be onside because all of our other defenders were further forward. Also unlucky. Just kind of a series of bad luck and slight, maybe, a little bit stronger hand, push it further away, straight out to the side, but then you risk it going in if you try to do anything fancy while you're blocking it. So it's not a lot. I think you really have to look back at Norwood missing a tackle, just kind of ran by the guy, and Billy, unfortunately, not being strong enough to collect the initial pass to him.
Yeah, I can't disagree with any of that. Nick, the second half has started, mate. If you do wish to leave us, I don't want you to, but
no, I don't want to either. But I'm going to have to because I can't watch the match. All I'll be doing is listening to you two talking about it. So,
well, McBurney is on, and Robert, I will do my very best to try and keep people updated. What we're going to have to find out straight away, sir, is if you were on the same time as me. So,
what do you have right now?
I have 46:30.
Okay, I'm about a minute behind you, but
no way. That's loads. All right, well, Blades on the attack, ball crossed in from the right-hand side, and West Brom deal with the danger in the box. Now, I'm going to give you this.
I'll just say it still says half-time, Hal.
Oh yes, good point. Thank
Do you want me
you.
to do that before I go?
Yes, this is why he is in charge of the entire channel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give people the option in the comments. Would you like me to pause for a minute so that Robert and I are level? Vote now.
I'll take it on
now.
a minute delay. I'll like get ready and then be able to give you more reaction and commentary on it when I see it live.
I couldn't do that, mate. That is very good of you, but I couldn't do that. Right, the votes are in. Pause for a minute is what I'm going to do. All right, so that we are on the same time, Robert. So you tell me what time when you're on 47:24. You tell me.
Okay.
Right, I'm off, guys. Great to see you again, Robert.
Forgot you're still here, to be honest, mate.
Good to see you, Nick.
Oh God, I'm going to say a bad word then. I'm pretending I was forgetting that we were live. Right, guys. See you later. Love you all. Up the play.
All right, Robert. What minute are you on, mate?
46:49.
Wow, you were really far behind. Okay.
Yeah, I tried to refresh it. I don't think that helped. I think I lost a couple of seconds.
A few people in the chat are also behind. So one thing I might do, and this might be better for all of us, is I might not look at the chat as much because you imagine if there's a goal.
Yep.
Right, you must be level now, yeah.
47-13.
Oh, okay. Tell me when you're on 28. This is good stuff. If you're watching this, watch this is good stuff. Watching two men across the pond get to sink themselves, which we probably could have done during.
There you go.
Time. Okay, good stuff. Right. Hopefully we are now in sync, very much like that boy band from the mid-90s.
Let's say Backstreet Boys, right?
The Backstreet Boys, and this is why this is going to work. Okay, Blades looking to try and get forward, but a misplaced pass. West Brom have it back. By the way, Robert, I don't want to take complete commentary duties if you want to jump in at any point.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think looking so far, Billy Sharp just took it. Max Lowe kind of running around a little bit like he doesn't know what's going on, but I expected that at the end of the half. Hopefully Wilder's given him some wise words in the ear during halftime. So
you know it. Right, I'm at a ball crossed into the box. Hopefully you're there as well. It's been cleared by West Brom out to the edge of the area. Some intricate passing from West Brom as they try to break, and it looks like it's just going to run out for a throw in, but it's taken extremely quickly. Robert, do let me know if I'm ahead of you.
Nope, you're like maybe a second ahead, but that's
okay. Well, I've paused for a second. Right, we're on the left-hand side. Cross is it going to come in? Yes, it is. It's not a bad one either. Rammers gets a punch on it because of the wet conditions and also maybe a bit of lack of confidence as well. Options a few in the middle, Robert.
Yep. Yeah, it's interesting seeing McBurney now dropping a little deeper on that one, but I think he kind of it's one of those. Do we now try to lump the ball forward with headers for him? I mean, he's clearly playing in the middle between McGoldrick and Sharp. Sharp's definitely pressing forward, pushing that line up. It's interesting with these three on there how they line up. I would have thought Didsey'd be dropping back a little bit more.
But Didsey's left a little flick that's fallen kindly to Sharp on the edge of the box. He lays it back, and again the Blades try and create something when I think going through the middle was the option. But Bogle now on his stronger right, but for some reason he still comes back inside, and we're just going to start again from the back. Lundstrom looking for options, finds one in the middle. It's about where to place the pass, isn't it? It's that fine trying to score a great goal, or do we try and walk it in? Didsey on the edge of the box tries to get a shot away. Now, I have no problem with that. That was, in the end, a shot that was blocked and it's gone out for a throw-in. But you want to see them take a shot.
Yeah, and maybe if Bogle hadn't gone all the way into the box on that one, a little ambitious there trying to overload the box, and maybe that's an instruction Wilder's given him. But you really only had Basham out to the right-hand side to pass back. So really the shot there was Didsey's only option.
I am watching so far away from my screen that I can hardly tell who anyone is. They're like ants. So I'm going to rely on you to tell me largely who is who. I can't read the names and numbers on the back of these West Brom shirts for love nor money.
Oh yeah, see, I should have done that for myself in the first half, written down who they all are, because other than Robinson's nice bleached top of his head, I can't tell who anyone else.
Well, it doesn't help because Mateus Pereira's got the same.
But they're on the opposite sides of the pitch so far.
Yeah.
Robinson's really been hugging that left side when he goes forward.
And looking good as well. Do you think Robinson for Burke was a good deal?
First week of the season, I would have said no. Obviously, Robinson getting a couple goals in some of those early matches. Burke not really starting off strong for us. But recently, I think Burke really against these bigger clubs, against some of these older, more seasoned defenders who may not be as quick. I think he's really the only option we have. And so I'm glad we have him, because I don't think Robinson would have allowed that type of flexibility for us.
He's a fabulous outlet, Burke, when you need pace. He's just raw pace. If he was actually a striker and had honed his craft in the youth team of Nottingham Forest as a striker, he'd be not playing for Sheffield United for a start, but he'd be lethal. Right, Blades on the attack again, trying to get that through ball to Billy Sharp, but it's crowded out. It's like at times here, West Brom just look like they've got more men. I don't know if it's the shirts.
Yeah, it definitely their positioning is good, and I think it might be a little bit of timidness from some of our midfielders now, since we only have two midfielders. Lunny and Fleck aren't pushing as further forward as they have.
But a moment to mention Fleck, right? Fleck has been really, really good first half.
Yes, I would definitely agree with that. We saw some good stuff from him, some good passes. I think the series of like 3 corners and a couple free kicks in a row, I certainly thought something was going to happen from that, but he had excellent deliveries for sure there.
Rama's coming out and dealing with a through ball, which he had to do, and then it's pumped long, and I have no problem with that at all. This intricate passing hasn't really been working. Thump it long when you need to.
Yeah, and again, Didsey playing a little further forward than McBurney, and maybe that the idea is that Ollie McBurney's going to head the ball down to either Didsey or Sharp, depending on which side we're on. And that is an option. I still think Didsey playing a little deeper might be a bit better, but we're looking good here. Fleck and Lowe and Ampadu all overloading on that left side.
Ball crossed in. It's not, again, beating the heads of West Brom. It seemed like their defenders are 7'9" when the ball comes into the box. Beating the first man has been a real issue, not just in this game, but this season.
Yes, and I think that's Kyle Bartley, if I have the name correct, who's been probably their best clearer right now, and especially in the first half. He got on the end of almost every single cross that we had that didn't go at the keeper.
Yeah, former Sheffield United player that we perhaps should have kept hold of, particularly with our defensive issues. He could have been vital this season. But West Brom trying to play their way out of danger, and the Blades crowding them so much we win a throw in. That's not bad football, from United. We're doing as much as we can with the cards we've been dealt there. Yeah. And it's still on this left-hand side. Perhaps Max Lowe, who's going to spend, I'd imagine, most of the second half going forward, won't be able to make as many errors as he did against Chelsea that could, cost us a goal.
Yep.
He says, touching wood.
Yeah, we'll see. It'll be interesting if he can get some crosses in, because that was definitely something I think you and Nick were talking about at halftime. Just Bogle's lack of crossing today. He did it a little bit in the last couple of games when he was on that left-hand side, cutting in and then having a cross, but he just wasn't in that today, that mindset.
Absolutely, and also he's got to check back inside to get on his right foot every time, and West Brom know he's going to do that. If you are just joining us on the watch along, smash us a like. We're on 54:31. We're on American time, so we're slightly delayed from the game, but I know a number of people in the chat have said that's actually helped them because I was ahead, so that's good. The Blades still on this left-hand side. We attacked all down the left pretty much in the first half, and the tactics clearly remain the same. Ball played in the middle. Really odd clearance across the face for West Brom, and it eventually goes out for a throw-in.
Yeah, that was kind of lucky nobody was over there, because that one easily could have been picked up by Bogle if he was running down that side, or Basham. And interesting cross. Wow.
Shot. Goal! It's Jayden Bogle.
Oh my goodness. I was just a few seconds behind you, but wow. What a shot.
Absolute rocket, and I think that was his weaker foot. And
I was about to say that was his left foot.
Sam Johnson with absolutely no chance, and we have a golazzo on 56 minutes.
Man, that was, and Basham just holding it up beautifully inside the box there. It missed the initial cross in, missed McBurney. Basham just trying his best, gets it back, and Bogle first time just says, let me have that one.
Yeah, get out of the way, Bash. I've got this. Pow. That is absolutely fantastic. Basham deserves all the plaudits, which he's rightfully, Robert, going to get for that swivel turn pass and foresight.
Yes. Wow. That amazing. And you can see that Wilder now with a little fist pump there at the end. I think he was given a few more instructions, but definitely got to keep this pressure up. Got to keep pushing
Robert,
forward.
blades before grades, because you are officially now lucky. All right, we've sacked Nick, and we've brought in Robert. And as soon as Robert has been on this stream, the mighty Red and White Wizards have scored. And Robert, if you wouldn't mind filling while I update the score.
All right, so ball now back to Ramsdale, middle of the pitch, over out to Egan on the left side, out to Ampadu, passes it up to Lowe. Passing it around the back right now, trying to figure out where the next attack's coming from. Didsey now dropping back a little deeper on the left side, back into Ampadu.
That's poor, isn't it? That pass from Ampadu. He's overcooked that by some distance.
Yeah, he had a couple really good kind of cross-field passes in the first half. Nothing came of them, obviously, but definitely not that one. That was not in the same vein.
Yeah, do us a favor in the chat. Try not to spoil things because we are on some occasions behind you. So that'd be very much appreciated. I say that knowing absolutely no one is going to listen to that, but you say it. Smash a like as well. We need to get to 1,000 likes. This is the first watch along that we've done since Aston Villa in the first away game of the season. So West Brom on the attack on the right-hand side, looking like we're sitting on this now for some reason. I have no idea why. That's an absolutely dreadful decision. Ball swung in and an appeal by Ndiaye, or however you say his name, for a penalty. Robert, did you see anything in that?
I didn't. I thought that was a pretty good cleared header by Basham, but maybe they show a replay here with a different angle.
Well, I agree with you. It looked like absolutely nothing. And there doesn't appear to be a VAR check either. So it's just as you were. But, you don't say it's a surprise to see Premier League footballers appealing when there's nothing there. Overhead kick in the area. It looked like he was offside, wasn't going in anyway. But Ndiaye, wow, the new signing from Galatasaray, showing that he's got some skills to pay the bills. And there's Kyle Bartley, the man who's had the most clearances. I believe his head will be sore tomorrow.
Yes, it certainly will be.
Blade's going to attack, as we so often do, from defence, bringing it forward. And it's all about looking for options now.
Yeah, I kind of like when Egan runs a little further forward. He had a couple interesting runs in some of these previous games we've had back in January. And he and Ampadu both, if they have some confidence going, definitely have some skills there.
Ball pulled back to McBurney. Going to get a shot away. It's going to fall right on the edge of the area here. Chance for another shot, and it is blocked again. Max Lowe, Robert, there with good skill.
Yes. He brought it in. Definitely played that situation correctly, and maybe something else here.
Fleck with a tame shot straight at the keeper. But good play from Lowe and Fleck in the build up to that previous effort.
Yeah, and I think, unfortunately, the ball a little too bouncy when it came back out to Lundstrom. Couldn't hit that first time, and that would have been the big shot there.
Blades on the attack again from the right-hand side, looking to get that cross in. It's blocked again. First man. I lose count of the amount of times I say that we cannot beat the first man. Kyle Bartley has been a wall, a human wall today, an impenetrable wall.
Yeah, other than our goal there where Bogle just sneaks it through, that is the wall that we can't break. But another corner here. These were looking good in the first half.
6 corners for the Blades. I've been keeping count, and the Baggies have only had 1. So we've definitely won. And of course, that's the real quiz. We're on, if you're just joining us, we're on 60 minutes and 16. We are in American time. So ball whipped in by Fleck on his trusty left, and he think a glancing header was what was asked for there, but Ampadu got way too much on that.
Yeah, good thought there. It's always interesting the crosses that we got from corners on the other side in the first half. It was crowd the box, get in front of the keeper. When Fleck's been putting them in, it's one guy next to the keeper and then everybody else a little further away trying to charge into the box and get that header with some pace and power behind it.
John Shaw's has asked, Robert, you don't have to answer this, totally up to you, but how did you come to support the Blades?
Yeah, really, it started back in Football Manager 17. I was playing. I hadn't really been watching a lot of football, and was like, "Hey, I'll pick an English club, but one of the lower tiers to try to work my way up." And that happened to be the year that Sheffield United won League One. So I picked them, thinking, "Hey, this is a cool side. I love the logo with the little crossing swords." And turns out a couple years later, as I'm finding myself with a little bit more free time to watch some Premier League soccer, the Blades are here and kind of proving the league wrong. So it was kind of a fun team to back. And the fact that I'd had some history with playing with some of these players, unlike in the real life, not getting promotion in the first couple of years, but still got some affinity with some of the lads down there.
Well, I love Football Manager as well. We've had a question about will we be doing more of these watch-alongs. Yes, is the answer to that. Thank you to all of you that have been joining us so far. Keep the likes coming. We really, really do appreciate it. Tell other people about them as well. We want to get more people in the stream. We really appreciate Robert as well, giving up his time to join us stateside. I have no idea. What time is it where you are?
It is 2:30 almost in the afternoon. So
brilliant.
Yeah,
well,
and it actually
we're
snowed here too.
Oh, wow. It snowed there as well as in Sheffield. Well, it's 62 minutes 21 that we are on our game. Robert, that's the same time for you?
Yep.
Okay. Well, we have another throw-in for the Baggies, and this time it's on the right-hand side, looking to play it infield on a very rare occasion that the Baggies actually throw it to one of their own players there. They've given away possession frequently from throw-ins, particularly in the first half, and they're actually looking slightly dangerous here, straight across the box. It's a brilliant save. Talk me through it.
Wow, and then again, just a really good save and luck this time on our side. Ball went to Basham instead of one of the West Brom players. Yeah, that was way to make yourself big there, Ramsdale. That's kind of all he could do.
Yeah, he did everything right there, Rammers, and you've got to give praise where praise is due. McBurney not able to find his man, but brilliantly, the ball is won back, and McBurney's going to get another opportunity. It's easy to spot him because of his socks.
Yes.
No offside there on Bogle, and a corner, I believe.
Yep, so as long as there's no offside, yep, that's a corner.
Yeah, because I mean, they all looked around like there was going to be an offside, and the referee has given a corner. This save, we're going to see this again on the replay, Robert. Just how good was this?
I mean, yeah, it's the cross comes in. Robinson, I mean, that 9 times out of 10, that's in the back of the net. Yeah. If you don't have good positioning there like Ramsdale did, and then the fact that the other West Brom striker who I couldn't see just wasn't able to get a foot on it. So
the XG is probably in West Brom's favour, to be fair, despite them only having 2 real chances in this game. They have been brutal when they've got forward. They've looked like a team that knows how to hit on the counter-attack, and fair play to them. Now, Blades on the attack, trying to get something working in the middle. It's good charging, marauding forward play, and then a slightly poor pass, and West Brom will try and clear.
Yeah, another one where maybe if Basham had jumped to the ground there, he might have been able to get a call, but much prefer the honesty and try to keep working the possession.
It's the Blades way. Ball crossed in. It's a chance. No one wins that header. You felt like if anyone gets their head on that, that's 2-1.
Yeah, you had McBurney there, who is a little too close to the apex of that cross, and I think Sharp there just couldn't win it out with the defender.
Better though, Robert. This is better stuff.
Yes, certainly, and you can tell I think that goal kind of opened everybody up and like, okay, we can do this. We can get ourselves back in this. Little ambitious there from McGoldrick, but never mind him taking a shot at that once or twice a game.
He's 60 yards out if he's a day, and he's had a speculative effort, a bit like he did in the first half, Blades, and it is straight down the throat of one of the better keepers in this league, Sam Johnson, who came through the Manchester United youth setup, and I would have had no problem with us signing him at any point in his career. Very, very good keeper.
Yes, certainly. We've definitely seen that today. The saves he's made, definitely putting them in the right spot or getting a good hold of them when he has to. So
West Brom have it in the centre circle, looking to find options out both sides. They think about going wide right. They eventually have to go back to their defenders, and Ajayi and Bartley will just try and pass it between them. And in go outside to the left back, and it's a pumped ball forward, which I think we're going to see more and more from West Brom as they try and hit us on the counter attack. They've got that skill in those two wide players. That's a lovely short pass in the box and a great tackle.
Yeah, Bogle doing a good job to recover there. Wasn't there to defend on the wing, but recovering and poking that ball loose. Very nice.
Yeah, he got back when he needed to. Bogle's been much better when he's been in his natural position, which for me, I don't want to see him at left wing back again. Not when we have 4 left wing backs at the club.
Yeah. I'll take a little heat. The last game, where do we go from here? I was saying Bogle left back, but yeah, saw him today. Not as confident. Definitely wasn't crossing the ball, which you need to as a left back. So yeah, put him on the right side, and especially not knowing the extent of this ball duck injury, he might end up playing there for a few games.
Prime Borbokis, as I refer to him as. There's going to be substitution time for the Baggies. We are going to see Indinya, I can never say his name right, the signing from Galatasaray, who's seen so little of the ball. What he has done, he's done well. He had a nice overhead kick 10 or so minutes ago, but he's not seen enough of it playing as that lone striker. And Hal is going to be brought on. So the only professional footballer called Hal, Robson Kanu, is brought into proceedings. And it also looks, are they going to take off Callum Robinson?
It looked like a double sub was coming.
Yeah, Callum Robinson and Carlin Grant is on. I've got to say, Robert, I thought Callum Robinson was causing problems.
Yes, he definitely was. Maybe it was just tired legs. Maybe something off screen that we didn't see pulled up. Maybe pulled something, tweaked something on one of those runs.
He did go off the nearest point, so you're right. Okay, here's a chance for the Blades. It's a ball that looked to be crossed in on that left-hand side, but again, first man, we win a corner.
Yep, and I'd rather us at least try crossing in. If we're not getting it past the first man, at least hope that the ricochet takes it out to the corner, because we've at least looked good from these corners. We haven't scored from one
We don't score from corners, do we?
I mean, I just think back to Wolves last year.
Yeah, well, Egan's on the pitch. We got a chance. And, of course, we looked good against Manchester United as well from a set piece. So here we go. Another corner. 69 minutes. Swung into the middle. McBurney's going to try and win that, but second ball is cleared, and we're recycling it again. Going back out. Left-footed cross in. Any touch here, and it's agonizingly wide. It was Egan who you were just citing from that Wolves memory.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like it might have went off the West Brom player, so I'm not exactly sure, but yeah, that definitely a chance there.
Huge opportunity. Good ball in from John Lundstrom. I think the more I see that looks like a corner.
Mm-hmm.
And at what cost? Because Egan is now down. He's got back up, but he was clutching his bottom cheek.
Yeah, it's going to be a bruise. Hopefully he can keep playing, but that will hurt tomorrow.
Oh yeah, Didsey almost getting himself in trouble. Does brilliantly to get the ball away.
Yeah, Bogle running up the side here. Good pass to Sharp.
Oh, what a chance! It's scooped into the keeper's hands on 70 minutes. McBurney just putting himself about, making himself a nuisance. I don't know if he got the final touch on that or if it was a West Brom foot.
I think it was Kyle Bartley again, but yeah.
I think it was.
Yep, just got a toe to it, and the bounce again. Lucky that went right to the keeper.
Now we're not Milwaukee fans, but Brew Crew is what we're talking about here, because it's brew time. Rhian Brewster, who has not looked like he could hit a cow's backside with a banjo. Maybe it's his first goal.
Yeah, that would be special, and yeah, if we can get him scoring, I say it every game, every opportunity that just goes wide, that will unlock so much potential in him, and so much confidence.
At the moment, you could have played Antoine Hackford instead of him in every game, and we'd have saved millions.
Yes,
he couldn't have done any worse, and he's one of our own, so I'd have had no problem with that. But that's something I said before we signed him. Not trying to look big-headed. I want Brewster to do extremely well and to cement his place and be a really good signing. And maybe the confidence comes from today. I tweeted earlier in the week that Brewster gets his first goal today, and I think if he does, it'll be the winner. I think there's only one more goal in this.
Yeah, West Brom definitely the last few minutes being a little bit more solid in defense. We definitely opened them up for the goal, and have looked like we have another one in us. And if they have one, it's going to be one of these hit us on the counter. But they took off their front pair with pace, so we'll see if just the fresh legs is enough for them.
Wouldn't it be lovely this season to come from behind and win?
Yes. I mean, we need one of those. Every season's got to have a comeback win, and it would be special if it was this one, because we definitely know we need this result.
Yeah, we managed to see it last season, but so far this season, when we have conceded first, we have not won. We got a draw against Fulham when we conceded first, and I'll take a penalty, to be honest, if that's what's going to do it. We just need wins, not about performances. Chance to drive into the box, shot on the left, and it's taking a deflection there. Bogle busy again.
Yeah, and it's again that left foot, so it makes you wonder how confident is he that he can shoot on it, but not cross the ball with it. And
that's a good point.
Maybe it might be a tactical instruction then, when he was out on the left side, to cut inside and not attempt left-footed crosses from.
I mean, you can't imagine that would be a tactical instruction, purely because it's so easy to read. If you're a West Brom defender, you just think show him onto the right and show him onto the left, and you're sorted, which they did.
Yeah, and maybe it was one of those you'd change it at halftime and say, okay, now start crossing left, and
they won't expect it now.
Yeah. But
good point.
Alas, Baldock with the injury and has to switch to the right. But he's been playing well out there, got the goal, and looking dangerous again.
Fleck lays it off. Good cross into the box. Chance here, Blades, to steer it in. It's a goal! It's 2-1!
Yes!
It's that man, Billy Sharp. Billy Sharp scores goals. He was about to get taken off a Real and the Blades have come from behind.
There we go.
2-1 on 73 minutes. Steered home with the right foot. Billy in the 6-yard box. There's only ever one outcome, and it is a goal.
Oh, man, that was just pure effort and desire. He wanted that. You could tell. The muscled the defenders. Great cross from Basham, too. Him and Fleck, definitely good pair there.
Just wanted it, didn't it? Just wanted it more.
Oh, man.
Get in!
That was lovely.
That's the best way to describe it. Again, massive praise for Basham, who has been involved in both goals.
And I didn't even notice that was Egan there, who I think should get the credit for the assist, because I think that came off of his toe right back to Sharp.
Nice. Just superb play all round. Everyone involved in that goal should be really proud of themselves. The boys celebrating like it's the last goal in the final minute of a World Cup final.
I was about to say, McBurney's got to be careful. He got Sharp around the neck and took him down.
He did. That was like something out of WWE.
I was like, he's a little older than he used to be. So
yeah, wrap him in cotton wool and leave him alone, McBurney. So that's it. The Blades now have the lead. Phillips has gone off. Matty Phillips, the former Blade, who scored for the Baggies, and Gallagher, who's a danger man. We saw in the away game just what he can do with the ball at his feet. He's been brought on, and not someone I wanted to see on the pitch today. Now, what we can't do is just sit back and think we've won, because there's a lot of game. 16 minutes of normal time, and this ref has the look of a ref that's going to add on as much time as he can until West Brom equalise. That's what the face he's given me.
Yeah, I was about to say 2 minutes in the first half, and really it was just Baldock's injury. So
yeah, corner crossed in, cleared brilliantly. Didsey, first man, and the Blades can, if they're clever here, break. They're not, and it's a very poor pass, but the referee, sensing that pass was misdirected because of a foul by Jake Livermore, who I think should have already picked up a booking just for that facial hair.
Yeah, definitely some patchiness going on there.
It's a disgrace that you can either grow a full beard or you can't, and I think he can. I think he's deliberately shaved those patches in, and questions need to be asked, and that's probably at the moment the biggest talking point.
See, a lot of these comments I can't follow up because I'm too busy laughing.
Left-hand side again with the preferred option for the Blades, but possession given up, and West Brom starting to look dangerous again. We haven't seen real danger from West Brom for a long, long time, and this worries me. We have taken our foot off the gas in traditional Blades style, because we can't, as fans, just enjoy it. We can't go and add 2 more goals and sit back and actually just absorb a win. It has to be nervy, it has to be tetchy, and West Brom are doing that. But Billy Sharp says, I've seen enough, and wins the ball back.
Yeah, tries to kick it off the West Brom player to go out for a throw, but and there's a pullback from Didsey. Yeah, that's going to be a foul.
Didsey pulled back, and as he was doing so well, Sharp getting back, Didsey getting back. They've looked like our two best defenders in the last phase.
Yeah. McBurney is trying to be there, trying positionally to be in the right spot, but a little less sure of himself defending than those other two.
Blades pump it long on the left, winning a throw in. We're just outside the penalty area on 77 minutes. We're on 76:09 if you are just trying to get your TV to, or whatever device you're watching it on, to the same time as us, so that we can all be in sync. And Robert, were you surprised McBurney was brought on ahead of Burke?
Part of me would say I was, but we knew after that goal, especially, West Brom was going to sit back and defend. And I think you guys were mentioning at halftime, he is much better when there's a higher line, when he can run behind the defense, and West Brom was not going to give us that luxury.
Agreed. I've mentioned in the first half how many poor throws we see. That throw was straight out for a goal kick in a promising position. That's really disappointing. And now we're back under the cosh as West Brom trying to formulate another attack, but their own passing lets them down, and the Blades have it back on this right-hand side.
Yep, good gather from Basham out to Lundstrom. Nice 1-2 touch with McBurney there.
It's nerve-wracking when we do that 1-2 touch. McBurney is dropping as deep as Didsey.
Yeah, and I mean, we saw that as soon as the half started. He was dropping back. Didsey playing a little further forward. It's different, but it's almost working a bit.
I agree with that. It is different. It's like they're interchanging, and they're saying, well, when you drop back, I'll go forward, and vice versa. And we haven't always seen that, particularly from McBurney, who I think is criminally underrated with his feet.
Mm-hmm. And it's probably mainly because half the time the tactic is lump it forward, get a ball in the air, and he heads it down and doesn't have a chance to use his feet. And wow, just missed it there, Bogle.
That's why I call him Prime Bobokis, Vas Bobokis. Older Blades will remember used to get forward from right back and cause problems and score goals. Bogle does exactly the same thing. And actually, Bogle is looking like overtaking Vas for the amount of goals scored already. First half attempts, 4. Second half attempts for the Blades, 10.
Yeah, definitely much better attacking threat so far this half. And like we keep saying, as long as we don't sit back and defend, I think we have enough offense now to be threatening. And here's a good run. Max Lowe crossing it. Little wayward, but right idea.
A little wayward. that cross was outrageous. You know my thoughts on Max Lowe, as we often chat during games. I'm not a fan. I want him to do well. That cross was pants.
Yeah, and we definitely had numbers there. I mean, you won the ball back with Billy Sharp there, passes it out to him, and
big numbers in the box, wasted.
Got to do better.
Yeah, Blades and West Brom getting into a real tussle in defence, and it's the United men, that Yorkshire grit, who win the ball back and can just start again.
I'll say Egan got pushed down, Fleck pushed the West Brom player down, and no fouls given on either side. So
I love that. I was about to say, it's good to see the referee is just saying, let them play.
Yep, and I think right now that kind of mentality I think gives us an advantage because we definitely have some physicality and that will benefit us knowing that we can utilize that physicality and not get punished for it unnecessarily.
Pereira won't like that kind of thing if we really ruffle some of their more skillful players. It's good, actually, the way that we're playing. This game eerily reminiscent of the Tampa Bay Bucks at the Green Bay Packers, where the referees let everything go. Robert, probably the only person who's going to get that reference right now, but it's true. Billy Sharp, the hold-up play of Billy there is absolutely top class, and the Blades can find Max Lowe on the left. Robert can take over.
All right, he cuts it back smartly, not trying to outdo himself from the last cross. Lundstrom now passing wide out to Basham on the right-hand side. Up to Bogle, but alas, a little too wayward, and the West Brom defender puts it out for a throw.
Yeah, Townsend looks strong. He's looked good for the Baggies. That's probably why we haven't attacked too many times. Certainly in the first half down that side, we have more in the second half. But throw into the Blades, which Basham takes quickly. And for some reason, we decided to go all the way back to Ramsdale.
Yeah, we do this a lot, I think, trying to recycle possession, try to go through Ramsdale to switch the ball from one flank to the other. It works sometimes, but 9 times out of 10 we end up just throwing the ball long. And Brewster not coming on, I guess. He's got the jacket back on.
He's put the coat back on. Wilder was obviously going to sub Sharp. That was clearly the plan. Mm-hmm. For me, you don't ever sub Billy Sharp, because if there's a chance in the box, I don't want anyone else other than Billy on the end of it.
Yeah, and he's proved that today. And then I think just, the odd chance that there's a penalty, I think we saw earlier this season, it has to be Sharp, and leave ourselves that opportunity. Don't take that weapon off.
He is the Blades Francesco Totti, to what Rome is to Totti, and Totti is to Rome. Billy is to Sheffield. Well, one half anyway. And I love him. I wish his career had panned out differently. And I say that only as I wish he'd stayed at United his entire career.
Yes, that definitely still awesome that he's hit the milestones that he has, 100 league goals. That's
more now.
Yes. Impressive stuff for sure. And I think that was a fun stat that I got to share with folks recently, is that Billy Sharp, striker for Sheffield United, has the most league goals since 2000, since the millennium. And interesting tackle there. Yellow card, probably deserved.
It's Gallagher, the danger man, and Fleck just brought him down. A professional foul. It was Ampadu dilly-dallying in the middle. Ampadu thought about, right, I'm not having an Eze moment, thought about bringing him down. He can't even foul his man properly. So Fleck says, "You shall not pass." And a professional foul, and quite rightly a booking. But that was all really sloppy from the moment Ampadu lost possession to Fleck having to do the foul. We're 60 yards out, maybe more. I'm not great. What do you do it? Do you do it meters?
I hear yards more often than meters. Meters are a tough concept for me.
Yeah, me too. All right, how far out is this free kick to West Brom?
Oh gosh, 60-yard box. I'd say it's probably another 55 yards from the box. There's really spreading wide. They've got players all over. They're not bunching up at all.
It's in the center. It's not a shot. It's a chip in, and it is absolutely awful. Not a single West Brom head could get anywhere near that. Pereira, definitely their best player, a technically gifted player, and someone that you felt like Norwich had a few players last season that a lot of fans were saying, if they go down, we want this guy.
Yeah.
Todd Cantwell being one of them. He will be another one, Pereira.
Mm-hmm. And McBurney doing a good job to just outmuscle Kyle Bartley there, not letting him get overpowered and get a touch on that one for a corner. So,
but Kyle Bartley has impressed me more today than at any time I saw him playing for Sheffield United.
Yeah, he's definitely been their defensive stalwart, the wall, as we said earlier, and but we've been able to break through. We found a crack, a couple holes, and
tenses are overrated, Robert. You say whatever you like. Or a late challenge, a poor challenge, and a necessary challenge as well on O'Shea. And the referee's got a decision to make as McGoldrick went in there for no reason. That was in no dangerous part of the pitch. And he was so late, he could have sent him a postcard. But McGoldrick going in, it's only one-footed. It's not a red, but it looks bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and maybe just seeing the first touch and the ball bouncing, he just got those wide eyes thinking he could get a touch. But even if he does get the ball, he's sliding into the tackle. No one's there on our side to collect that. So
it gives the possession back completely needlessly to West Brom. They had a chance then to get all their bodies forward, which they've done. Ball comes into the box for the Baggies. It's a header. It's going to the far post. It's looping away. Can they keep it alive? Yes, they can. It'll be on the left-hand side. It's drilled in low. It's a good shot, and it's just over the bar. Ramsdale would have had no chance with that. And Pereira,
a lot of curl on that. A lot of curl. So
do I not like that?
Yeah. Wow. That. So many heads in the box there for that initial cross in, and the low cross dangerous.
I hate seeing that. That was unnecessary, all unnecessary. Is it the Blades sitting back? Is it the Blades' individual errors, or are West Brom coming more into this game?
I would say that it's our errors that have let them back in. This was our game to lose. even from the get-go, we had possession, we had the attacking mindset, and Billy Sharp actually coming off here for Ollie Burke. So maybe we will have
Robert,
some
this
pace
surprises me. This surprises me because are we now saying we're going to sit back and hit them on the counter with Burke's pace?
That's what it looks like. That I'm not sure what else the tactic could be, because Sharp pressing, being a threat in the box is definitely what he's there for. So this is definitely a change in tactics.
I have to say, I never contemplated Brewster not being involved in this game. Otherwise, I wouldn't have tweeted he's getting his first goal today. Now I look like a fool.
Yep. Yeah, because that's the third sub. Because forgot about Max Lowe in the first half. So
yeah, you don't have to agree with the full thing. But it's a free kick to West Brom. Burke already getting himself involved and getting busy. Free kick to West Brom. Sam Johnson's going to play it short, which is interesting. And West Brom then, through Townsend, will launch it forward. It is going to be that way, I fear now.
Yeah, and Ollie Burke is good on pressuring that back line. And as West Brom try to hold possession between their defenders, trying to pass it back and forth, he's going to be a nuisance. And so I definitely think it'll work for us. But definitely a sign that we're not looking for another goal. We are looking to hold this score line.
West Brom playing neat, nice, tidy football, not able to get it through that last man with a really intricate through ball just a moment ago. They've still got possession. Blades can't get it back. It's another lumped ball forward. This is classic Allardyce. Again, they can't get a header on it, and it will roll through to Rammers, who is going to take all the time and then just fall on it, probably do his little smile. It's 88.
Few too many minutes left for the smile.
Yeah, far too many for the smile. And we never make it easy, do we, Blades? We have to come from behind and we can't score another. It is 87-23 that we are hopefully both on. And it's lumped forward by Ramsdale, not trying to roll this out at all now. Looked like a foul for me on McBurney. Referee says no. And
Burke looked like he had a chance there.
Not able to get it under control. And again, Sam Johnson will just bomb it forward, and they're going to get the loose ball. They're second to a lot of these balls now. It looks like a foul. Referee's going to say play on. West Brom, whilst they are getting that second ball, keep going backwards. Yeah,
it's interesting. Their midfielders are playing a little deeper. So whenever they lump the ball forward, they've gotten headers back, and they're collecting that second ball.
McBurney's got to do better there for me. Can't keep possession, gives it back to West Brom. Not at this time of the game, it's McBurney's role to hold it up.
Yes, he needs to do that. Ampadu getting the ball out for the throw.
It's messy. Yeah. This is dangerous. This is unnecessary pressure we're inviting on ourselves, Blades. Play the way you can. It'd be absolutely fine. And we are sitting back. And we shouldn't. We've got 3 strikers on the pitch.
Yeah. And that maybe is just a sign of, would we have taken a striker off and brought another player on if we had one? But alas, that's what our bench is 4 strikers.
We get a break there. Linesman flagged instantly as soon as that throw-in was taken. Sami Ajayi, the former Rotherham defender, making the foul in the box, and the Blades will get a free kick on 89 minutes. I think, as I said earlier to you, Robert, the ref is going to add on a lot of time that we are going to go, what?
Yep. Hopefully not. There haven't been too many stoppages other than the 2 goals, but we'll see. Believe it's Paul Tierney, the ref today.
I think you're right. I'm terrible at referees.
I only have the advantage of listening to the commentators on the TV earlier. So
that's more than likely they know what they're talking about. Again, another ball pumped long from the back.
Ooh, and that's one of our players down.
That might be a case of gamesmanship rather than a genuine injury, but the ball has been picked up so that West Brom can stop the play. They've obviously got possession because we're not going for it. We're not trying to score a third, best from a defense's attack, all that kind of cliched stuff. Instead, we seem to be sitting on it. Now, it is actually a head-to-head collision. It's O'Shea and Ampadu. That looks like it'll smart. And the referee's going to add on. Actually, for me, that's a fairly conservative 3 minutes.
Only 3.
So we've got 3 more minutes of absolute agony. And then we can start talking about a potential victory. I'm not saying anything yet. It's 2-1 as things stand. We're in the 81st minute. West Brom keeping that ball alive. We just cannot get possession back. And they're going to win a throw-in on the left-hand side, just 20 yards beyond halfway. And they're keeping it that side as they look to pour forward on the left. Options in the box, many options in the box. Can't get a cross in until now when they are going to swing it in. It's going to be missed by the first man, cleared by the second, and won by the third. And United will make no effort to make a sensible short pass and just thump it long to Burke. Does well.
Yeah, he's holding it up well. Run it back to midfield, get your help involved, and wins
a free kick as well.
Yeah.
So Blade's actually eating the clock, as the saying goes. We are on 92 minutes, so we're in 91:10. The time seemingly stopped, as if it will never end. Bogle was the one who cleared the ball forward and a late challenge. We win a free kick deep into our own half. This is not scoring territory if you're not watching this along with us. It's going to be no rush at all.
Yeah, curious if they take it short, try to pass it around, or just boot it to the corner and it's going that direction.
That for me, Basham, what he's just done, he's just kicked it straight out of play. That was the worst thing he could have done because we haven't even boxed in the throw-in taker. So West Brom have possession again, and they've maintained it, and they're on this left-hand side with another throw-in just shy of the halfway line.
Yeah, that definitely, you need to at least keep it in play, get it to one of our players to dribble it around a little bit.
Yeah, hold it up, take it to the flag, whatever you want to do. Not what we've done, which is invite pressure back on West Brom, and it's only their sloppy passing, which gives it back. And realistically, Robert, since we scored, West Brom haven't, up to this point, looked like scoring.
No, they definitely threatened us after we drew level, but after that second goal, I think their substitutions that they made definitely harmed them more than it helped them.
Yeah, harmed them definitely more because Callum Robinson was doing bits, as the young people say. Now, this is a needless one. Basham with a free kick given away. He's man of the match, though, Bash, along with Fleck, would you say?
Yeah, I mean, Bogle and Sharp both got the goals, but it was Basham's run, the overlap, hold up the ball in the box, passing it to Bogle to get that equalizer.
Well, he has just given away a free kick, so I might hold the man of the match horses for now. But we're into this is it, basically. We're into the 94th minute. Referees are going to blow up soon, I'm sure. Sam Johnson, even he is in the box. Everyone forward, bar the free kick taker for West Brom. I think the season for both clubs rests on this, and there's some nonsense in the box. Kyle Bartley and Max Lowe having a bit of a tete-a-tete. Referees having a word. A lot of jostling. A lot of machismo. Nothing happening. This is only just adding to the agony.
About to say this. I don't know what to say.
Prolonged agony. Ball crossed in. It's a chance. It's cleared. Referees going to look at his watch. He's added on time that seems to have come from absolutely nowhere. West Brom keeping the ball, but it's over. It's over.
Oh,
it's over. Robert, you lucky bastard. We have won. Robert is good luck.
Oh man,
that's it. An amazing 3 points. This is huge. This is big. West Brom have been beaten. Billy Sharp scores goals. I could pop.
I'm enjoying my nice little cup of Yorkshire tea right now. So
good man, Yorkshire tea and the pink shirt from that man in good nick.
That's what did it.
Get in.
I'll pass on credit if Nick wants to claim it's switching the.
I don't mind.
Kit.
We can all claim it.
We are not going to have the lowest points total ever. We might be level with, but we're not going to have. We're not going to have.
Oh, God. That was horrible.
I feel sick.
What were we playing at?
What were we playing at? Nick, talk us through it. I've been talking for too long.
I've got a sore throat after screaming.
Me too.
Oh, we were brilliant in that second half. Really took it to him. And then as soon as we scored those 2 goals, sat back again. Why do we do it to ourselves? Why do we do it?
Thanks to West Brom Fan TV, by the way, being very magnanimous in defeat. We did some stuff with them earlier in the season. Really, really nice to hear that from you. Thank you. And whatever you end up doing, maybe we both go down, maybe we both stay up. Good luck for the rest of the season.
Exactly. The Great Escape is on, boys. Damn
the
right.
The Great Escape is on. Steve McQueen would be proud. Let's do this.
Oh man, this is just a great comeback win. We haven't done that yet this year. You saw the grit and determination. Just having the ball in the box, keeping it moving around there. Something's going to happen, and you saw that Bogle with the wrong foot putting it through the side of the net there, and then Billy Sharp, just old reliable right there.
Always scores goals, doesn't he? Billy Sharp. I wouldn't want anyone else in that position.
We've got Billy Sharp. Nick, you said it before the game. You called it exactly with Billy. Listen to this man.
I said, do not take him off before the 90th minute. Fair enough, we took him off, but he scored as the winner.
I'm loving it. I'm loving it. It was a really, really good win. We deserved it. We played, well in patches. Robert's lucky. Nick's lucky. That shirt is lucky. This is the first time I've worn this shirt. Is this lucky? Big questions.
Absolutely. I was listening to you guys as well because I was 30 seconds in front of you. So I really enjoyed it, guys.
So you knew you were in the future. Well, I
was in the future and I was celebrating while you two were like...
we were on American time, and to be honest, it didn't bother me, being slightly behind.
Do you know what it is as well? As a fan, an audience member, do you know when I saw that we scored, I went straight to watch this stream or turned it up at least. And I just turned it on so that I could see you guys celebrating. So I think being behind is actually good for the viewer.
Fair play. I'm not necessarily going to agree with that. Finn said the Rob effect. You've got to love it. What do you think about the changes that were made? The difference between having two strikers. Was it night and day? That's what Carl said. Carl knows his stuff. DM us, Carl.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta think. I mean, again, I would have put McBurney a little further forward, Didsey a little further back, but it worked. The three of them just moved around. I think Billy Sharp, as soon as that defensive back line got to the penalty area, he sat there and he was just there as a presence, and that presence is what led to those goals. We had our traditional overlapping with Basham. We had Bogle, working really hard on that right hand side. I actually don't think Bogle really had to defend much that half. He was up pressing forward until the end, and that just the overload on that right hand side definitely for me was the key.
Yeah, I thought Basham was brilliant in that second half as well. Just constantly pushing them back, constantly running at them. At one point, he flicked it over someone's head, did his little Basham run past about three players and played a terrible ball. I was like, that was one for the highlight reel. And he's ruined it with the pass. But no, he was brilliant.
Do check out at Sheffield United Way on Twitter. Just tweeted out a really, really lovely image, which I think a lot of people will want to get saved and look at time and time again.
Is it Billy Sharp by any chance?
You know it, buddy.
No, that was brilliant. By the way, guys, if you haven't liked the stream already, please make sure you do so before you go. Every like is a point that we're going to get till the end of the season.
And that's a fact.
Straight from the pink shirt.
So, man of the match for you, Nick, first.
Man of the match. Ooh.
Luke says Billy should have got Mottom.
Oh, Bash did get it, didn't he? Yeah. I thought Bash was brilliant.
According to BT Sport, which, of course, Robert would not have been watching on.
No. I probably would go with Bash, I reckon. Did say you didn't really notice all the work that Didsey were doing. It was still there. It was still linking the play up. He might have not been the assister or the goal scorer, but he was always in that area creating stuff.
Bogle as well. You think he played out of position first half and then brilliant second half.
Yeah, he was everywhere. Do you know what? He is exactly what every Sheffield United right wing back and right back has been over the years. What we love to see, the kind of Tony McMahon getting in the box, the the Matty Lowton getting in the box, Kieran Freeman getting in the box. George hasn't done that as much as what those guys do, but he knows exactly what he's doing, doesn't he, Bogle?
Yeah, agreed. What do you say, Robert, for your man of the match?
Yeah, I mean, if we're going just purely on the second half, which is the part of the game I want to remember, I would probably give it to Bogle. But that first half performance on the left side, not partially his fault, playing out of position as he was. But yeah, I think it's got to be Bash. He owned that overlapping role. He defended well when he had to. Got the assist for Bogle's goal. So for me, it's Basham.
I'm going with Bash. I literally just everything Robert said. I just want to echo completely.
Yeah, definitely. The Callum Robinson chance, that was at 1-0, wasn't it? Crazy. What a save.
Incredible save. And a lot of people will say that, quite rightly, Ramsdale redeemed himself if you think he was at fault.
I think he had a great game. Like we said earlier on, the save, he possibly could have done better, but a great second save. That was a great save. I think he had a decent game.
Chaz Epic, 1889. Imagine if the fans were there. Scenes, Nick.
The scenes, but I don't think we'd be in this position right now if the fans had been there all season. So
I mean, that's the best. Now, I said earlier, Blades Before Grades was going to win. Anna, I thank you. Doing most of the first half on my own.
But Hal Robson-Kanu only came on for the last 20 minutes or something, didn't they?
Nice. Very nice. That's the one time that works. Robert did a fantastic job second half. Thank you so much for that.
Well, appreciate you guys having me on. We'll do this more often. Again, as time permits, if it's not too early in the morning.
That's him.
What time is it over there, Robert?
We just hit 3:00. So.
Right. Okay.
Right, Robert. We're putting you down for Sunday, the 7th. Which of course is Super Bowl Sunday, isn't it?
Hey, you know what? Good football on a big football day here in America. I'll take it.
All right, so we'll do
Chelsea.
We'll do the Chelsea game. That's a 7:15, and then the Super Bowl, which obviously I'll be watching afterwards. It's perfect setup. Cool.
All right, well, I'll leave you guys now. But again, thanks for letting me on. And
thanks, Robert.
Good game. Good finish.
Smash the like for Robert and comment in the chat as well about how brilliant he's been. Did a great job. Thanks, Robert.
See you guys.
Don Robert.
He is so lucky. He's lucky Robert. That's what he'll be called forevermore.
Well, that's it. Now he's going to be a mainstay now, isn't he?
Yeah.
Got to be.
Well, I've really enjoyed that. Thank you very much. I've got to now record my fans react. You've got to record your match reaction.
I have, yeah. So, guys, I'm going to be recording a fans react, not a fans react. My brain is fried after that game.
Good luck.
Yeah. I'm going to record a match reaction right now. So we're going to go off and then I'm going to come back in about 10 minutes and we're going to do a match reaction. Obviously, you've heard what Hal's had to say today. You've heard what Robert's had to say today. Now you're going to hear what I've got to say. So thank you, Hal. You've been absolutely brilliant. You've been an absolute Trojan in that first half, all on your own. Mm-hmm. Bless your cottons. And you've absolutely smashed it, mate. Massive respect to Hal in the comments, guys. Love it.
Thanks so much. Really appreciate it.
Thanks everyone for being here as well. Apologies I wasn't here, but yeah, Hal's done his job, hasn't he? Got us that win.
Yes.
Can I just say one thing before you go? Our score predictions were both very, very close. 3-1 and 2-0, weren't they?
Yeah.
Both one step away.
Yeah, you're right.
So, told you that we weren't going to keep a clean sheet, though, didn't I?
I've already had the message from my mum, if you want to know. She always bangs on about your predictions. I haven't read it yet. So It says, neither you or Nick were right. Perfect between the two of you, though, I suppose. Wonderful. Just don't let Lowe back on the pitch. I think she feels the same way as I do about Max Lowe.
I don't think you were too bad going forward, but yeah, I don't trust him defensively at all. Right, so thanks, Hal, again. Absolute legend. If you want us to do more of these, make sure you smash the sub button, turn on notifications by clicking the bell, and like the stream before we go. Thanks, Hal. We're not going to do the wavy thing.
Oh, okay. I quite like the wavy thing. I mean, I might do it. It might be my thing. I haven't got a thing. This is my thing.
You ain't got a thing?
You know what I mean? That's not. Come along.
We'll not take it now. We've
Not
just
take it there. We've done bits today. We deserve a good out.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, guys.
Cheers, lads.
See you soon.